Hello, everyone. We are the here.
Hello.
Cass is back today. Yay, Caspian.
Hello.
It is the Cass.
The
Everyone
Cass.
tell
Tia.
Cass you love them.
Everyone tell Carl that you like his ears.
My ears are nice.
Yes.
I know that. I am the king of fancy ears. Anyway.
What a way to start. A strong start.
I have the best
Antivan Crow
starts.
stream.
We should probably start at the beginning. I hear it's a fantastic place to start.
When you learn, you begin with ABC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3.
Simple as do, re, mi.
Oh, okay. It's time to go to Arlefan. Yay!
Ka-chow.
Unwanted guests. Let's bring the 2 Dalish. That seems fitting. And also, Mage, Rogue, Warrior Symmetry. Synergy.
Yes.
I said symmetry.
Synergy.
What the fuck? I am
Yeah, I
not
was gonna say
symmetrical.
that's not-
I have a side part.
Oh, Carl. Oh, Carl.
Looking to inflict some pain?
Don't you sass me, Caspian.
I didn't sass you, I just said your name.
That's sassing me. I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, I'll be silent on this stream where you only hear my voice.
No silence. That's not allowed. Ever. Also, why
Never.
don't you just go back to, like, being Prince of Narnia or something?
I am the Prince of Narnia.
Is that where the name Caspian comes from?
Tip, there might be trouble
Yeah, it actually
You're
does.
just in time.
Woo.
We've got a problem.
I was out
There's
at the
some
scout
But are you
Caspian
based off book, like, actual 12-year-old Prince Caspian or Ben Barnes?
Directed by Elgar'nan or Ghilan'nain.
Neither.
have to be.
I'm based off
Grey
of
Wardens warned
the
us the gods were heading to
1989
Oh my
BBC
We don't know.
movies
That's
with the
where you
really
come in.
cursed, like, all the animal characters in it were played by people in big animal suits.
I remember watching Dominic Noble's review of that, and he thought it was an animatronic. The Aslan was an animatronic. And then he had like a little bubble pop up and said, after going back and looking, it seems that it was just 2 blokes in a costume. And I'm like, how did you think that was an animatronic? He thought Aslan was an
In the
animatronic.
world's a good thing.
Oh,
Or a
yeah,
lot
it's
less venatory.
it was a wild series, but it was
I'll
so
give you the
good.
rough
Like, that
location where we
was
sighted
my
them,
introduction
but you
to
might have to
Narnia.
sit beyond
Like,
that.
we would watch
They want
those
something.
while my parents
We
read
need to
me
know
the
what
Narnia
they're
books
up to.
I'll
when I was
find
a
out what it
baby.
is.
Feel free to take
We,
out as many of them as you can.
We were a Lord of the Rings
This
household,
is
but
our
like we
forest.
still watched Narnia, and like my mom and like my uncle and stuff like still really liked Narnia. But we were definitely an LOTR household. But did you hear that I can't remember the actress's name. But Aslan is going to be a very famous lady in the TV show.
God send them.
I've
to know
heard
the
this. I wasn't sure if it had been confirmed or not.
It's confirmed she is going to be. So
So,
the character who originally was, oh, is this an allegory for Jesus? And then C.S. Lewis went, no, he is Jeebus.
Yes.
C.S. Lewis is a weird guy, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, he slept in the same bed as his mum his whole life.
Yeah, and also, like, when you get Tolkien to go, hey, you're pretty weird, then you know you're a weird guy.
It was like, they were best friends, but also hated each other.
They
which
hated
I
each
feel
other's
like,
art so much, or, like, their
Yeah.
writing so much, which is hilarious to me, that they
It's so
despised each
funny.
other's books so much.
Oh yeah.
Like, Tolkien was just so mad that C.S. Lewis kept putting so much allegory into his books. And then C.S. Lewis was like, oh, this is an allegory for World War II, for World War One, right? And Tolkien was like, absolutely fucking not. I hate allegory. And C.S. was like, but I love allegory. And he's like, well, you're a fucking idiot.
This was the center of a war.
And C.S. Lewis was like, I might be, but here's a lamppost, because I can put a lamppost in high fantasy.
And then Tolkien's like, and now lampposts are so old that actually is in most fantasy settings because it's so old that it's
Yeah,
considered
like
like
gas lamp.
ancient technology. Tolkien would be like, what do you mean there's lampposts in this Dragon Age thing? It's like, oh dude, there's also jazz music.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the moments that made me go, wait, what? My first playthrough of Veilguard is whenever in the bar when she's singing, when Sita Sakonia is singing Old Tavine. And I know for you, you started with Inquisition, but even then, that's a little jarring compared to everything in Inquisition. But
Oh yeah.
like, I was like,
Yeah, 'cause
why?
it's like a
I was
bard
like,
in Inquisition, and it's very classic.
I was like, I don't know how I
fantasy
feel
style
about the
bard
Tevinter
singing.
Imperium inventing jazz.
You like jazz?
The people, oh, you know what's fucked up about that? The only nation in Thedas that still has legal slavery invented jazz.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know if they really thought about that.
They definitely didn't, let's be real. They were
There's
like,
a lot of stuff
what
in
sort of
Veilguard.
singing-
Veilguard's main story is so good, but there's a lot of things that I'm like, they didn't think about that, did they?
There's a Danish
Yeah,
camp
well, I
nearby.
think it's a lot of stuff
The
that's
Venatori
kind of
hit them.
encapsulated, like, the whole
Let's go,
mood they're going
now.
for with all of Nev's story is very much the 20s
Well, they also,
noir
somebody
detective,
pointed out that-
which is the classic jazz club kind of thing.
Well, somebody pointed out that Veilguard is very much is the Dragon Age game with the most reliance on emotional storytelling, and they're like, and it does it very well. But when the rest of the franchise primarily works off of logical storytelling and not emotional, like, it's a little jarring, but not unwelcome. And they're like, and that's why, and he was like, and that's why I feel like some people who've been fans of his origins aren't a huge fan of Veilguard, but a lot of people who, like, love Dragon Age 2 love Veilguard, because Dragon Age 2 is also very logical storytelling, but it had the most emotional storytelling of the first three games. And I'm like, you know what, that's actually a very fair and smart way to put it. And then he's like, but that doesn't excuse a lot of the logical inconsistencies in Veilguard. And I was like, yeah, you're not wrong. There's a lot of shit in Veilguard that upon like a third or fourth playthrough, it's like, that don't really make sense unless this is your first Dragon Age game, but I'm going to ignore it for the gameplay and the cool story.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is, I don't know, for me, any game, like, I can put aside most inconsistencies as long as it's fun. And Veilguard is so fun.
But I think
Apart
for me,
from
it's
the
like
first
it
2
depends
hours.
on the game. Like I can overlook inconsistencies in the lore if if it's like a not super story driven game or the story is still really good. And that's the thing. Veilguard, I think, might have the either it or Dragon Age Origins have the best main plot. But overall, I think Dragon Age 2 definitely has the best writing. And then Veilguard has really good character writing and main story writing. But there's a lot of things that don't make sense. World building wise, Veilguard's definitely the worst. Lore wise, it's one of the best, but world building, it's one of the worst, which is so funny that so many franchises do that. Because,
Yeah.
like, a lot of people confuse world building, and as an author, this kind of frustrates me, but I get why some people think it. They're like, oh, world building and lore are the same thing, and I'm like, no, they are not. World building is what the culture is like. Lore is what the fuck happened in the past.
Yeah, like, because obviously
Looks like we got them all.
like,
This
a lot
many
of them are slowed
Venatori
down
and Arthur
quite now,
is just wrong.
just because we're all so busy, but like a lot of OC tags and stuff on
headed the
TikTok,
right
like when I'm making those, like the world building and the lore, like I always put as separate channels, and people always get at me being like, but it's so hard to like, why do you have them as separate? I'm like, you don't understand, because they're different categories.
They are. And like some people are great at one and shit at the other. Like a good example of this is George R.R. Martin. Fucking phenomenal world builder, but his lore is shit. Or no, yeah. His lore is... His history in his world is good, but the lore, like the gods and all this, it's so bare bones. But it's carried by how good the storytelling and the world building are. And Tolkien's the opposite. Lore, there's nobody...
There's too much lore, possibly.
But there's nobody in existence who is better at writing lore than Tolkien.
Oh, yeah.
Trees, separate types of trees have lore in his world. But then, world building wise, he wasn't great. Tolkien is not great at world building. Was not great at world building, but he was phenomenal at lore. Which is why anytime people compare him and Martin, I'm like, it's just such a huge difference between the two, simply for those regards. And depends what you like better. I like lore better, so I care a lot more about Tolkien than I do a Song of Ice and Fire. And also, I don't like SA as a character development tool.
Yep. I mean, I just have beef with Game of Thrones in general.
I mean, I love Song of Ice and Fire, I'm not gonna lie, but it's not as good as some people are like, it's the best fantasy writing ever. I'm like, no. Brandon Sanders...
I just have beef. I have beef because I auditioned for Arya Stark, and I couldn't go to the callback.
You couldn't go to the callback?
I couldn't go to the callback.
As a child, you auditioned for Arya?
Yep. I auditioned for Arya. The casting director was friends with my drama teacher, and they came by, because we were at an all-girls school, to audition for Sansa and Arya. And I got a callback, and I couldn't make it.
Those must be the symbols.
Things could have been so different, because
your
to
life
our
would
knowledge,
become so fucking different.
Yeah, like, because, to our knowledge, it was just very chill, like, our teacher being like, oh yeah, one of my mates, like, he's auditioning for this, like, TV show kind of thing. It's not going to be a big thing. If you want
It's not going to be a big thing. Becomes the biggest TV show in the history of the world. Becomes the biggest TV show in the history of the world.
Yep.
And then promptly became not a big deal as soon as season 8 ended. Because everyone was like, that fucking sucked.
Yeah, because, like, I've never seen it, but I still remember that our, like, I don't remember it word for word, but I remember that what we had to read as part of the materials was, it must have been in the first season, because I don't think they've been picked up for anymore, and it was this, like, Arya arguing with Sansa, talking about something happening to, like, her butcher son best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I still don't know the context of it, because out of spite, I've refused to watch it.
You would, the funny thing is, guys, you would actually love it. You would like the books better, though, personally, honestly. And that you can read without spite, because they had nothing to do with the show.
Technically true.
And
however,
also, the show is just...
Instead of that,
the books are just better.
Yeah. That have
most of the time.
Hunger Games, and there's the new Hunger Games book that's been out.
I have gotten spoilers on that from unintentional friends, not realizing I haven't read it yet, like our dear friend Jack. And then I was just like silent for a second. They were like, "Oh no," and I was like, "Yeah, haven't read it yet, thank you." Like, "Oh, why did you stop me?" And I was like, "I didn't want to be rude."
Oh no.
Because they were having like a moment about a scene in the book, like all excited, and I was like, "That's a spoiler. That's a big spoiler. Oh no. Okay."
Yeah, I think I'm about like halfway through it, I'd guess. But like, I've been spoiled for quite a few things from TikTok and friends being excited talking about it.
Well, like, on the point was like, where people are like, George R. R. Martin's the best modern fantasy author, and I'm like, he's one of them, but also, Brando Sando's right there. Brandon Sanderson's right there, and so is John Gwynne. John Gwynn is
Yeah.
like one that
No.
not a lot of people know of,
The
but then
other
everyone who
Veilguards
knows of
must
him
shut
is like
down to
he's
keep the
amazing,
Minotaur
and then
down. Has to be a power crystal
it's
around
dark
here.
fantasy, but more fantasy than Game of Thrones. There's actual fantasy in the books. What?
And since fantasy and sci-fi get lumped together a lot, I feel like we could expand this to also people that write for television, because I want to put his hat in the ring of Russell T Davies, who did like the first couple series of the reboot of Doctor Who, and he's come back to do it again.
Yeah,
And
but
he crafts storylines like no one's business, and like introduces entirely like new lore that makes sense in the world.
yeah,
Someone's in trouble. Come on.
I like Doctor Who, but like I was always like the guy who like all my Whovian friends get frustrated with, because I'm like, yeah, I like Doctor Who, it's all right, and they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, it's good. And they're like, but no, it's the best sci-fi thing ever, and I'm like, nah, it's good though. And then like I kind of would, one of my friends said I kind of would rather you hated it, because usually Doctor Who is you love it or hate it, and at least the people who hate it, I understand why. And I'm like, nah, I like it. It's fine.
These are my people.
And every time I tell people it's fine, they're like, sir.
Yeah. No,
I'm
I
like,
mean, I get
but it
that,
is.
'cause-
It's fine.
Yeah, like most things, I don't know, I wouldn't call myself like, I enjoy a lot of things, but I wouldn't call myself a fan of most things. I just, if there's someone like-minded, like, we can talk about Dragon Age for hours. So I'll talk about it with someone like-minded, but I wouldn't call myself like a fan of most things, I guess.
You say as you're
I
in a
don't know.
Dragon Age campaign that is retelling the story after Inquisition. Also, if
And
you
I'm
guys
in
haven't
for it.
watched yet, episode 2 of Dragon Age Call of the Queen went up on my channel today. It is
Yeah.
it takes place 2 years after Inquisition and is kind of a somewhat replacement of Veilguard eventually. What?
What? Yeah, and I get turned into a chicken nugget.
You do.
Also, there are 9 people watching. You should like the stream.
Yeah. If you haven't already. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm fighting Venatori. There are a lot of these fuckers.
I want to know more about the Venatori. I just want,
But don't worry, I will have more Venatori lore.
please, I just, like, I know we're probably never going to get another Dragon Age game, but I just really want a,
Well, there's no way we're
chill-
getting anything to do with the Venatori, even if we do, because
I
next is
know.
going to be
I
all the
just want
Gathering
an
Storm.
ex-Venatori, yeah, I just want an ex-Venatori companion.
We almost got one in Veilguard, and then they replaced her with Nev.
Yeah.
Which it's like, I'm kind of, like, on the one hand,
Yeah.
we got
I know
Nev,
that.
who is like one of the best mages in Dragon Age history, character writing-wise. But then also, we could have gotten Calpurnia, who is like, if you side with the Templars and Inquisition, like if you recruit them instead of the mages, she replaces Samson as Corypheus' right hand, and you can actually turn her against Corypheus. But it's implied she dies fighting Corypheus, like trying to hold him off, like at the Well of Sorrows.
I've unfortunately never met her in that context because I've never sided
Well, that's the
with
thing.
The
You obviously want to side with the mages, but like the Templar story arc, like recruiting the Templars, is much better written than the recruiting the mage arc. And also, Calpurnia is a much more interesting villain than Samson.
Yeah.
So it's like, you get the better story if you recruit the Templars. Which sucks.
problem-
Because then you lose
Yeah.
out on Fiona. And also, you have to kill Fiona.
Yeah, and I also, you know, I don't know. I always play a mage because that's my favorite class for Dragon Age, and I feel like I can't betray them.
Mages
to go
are
for the
only
Templars.
fun, and it's not even really betraying them, it's just like, they do it differently than they do in Dragon Age 2, which Dragon Age 2 it's very much a, like, fight one or the other, but in Inquisition it's, which one do you want to recruit to help close the breach? It's not like you're attacking, but whoever you don't recruit, Corypheus takes. So,
Yeah.
and corrupts, and royally fucks them over. And
Yeah.
things can still get better for mages based on your choices in Inquisition, even if you, side with the Templar, like whoever you side with, things can get better for them. but it's still like it sucks that they put so much writing into it, and I feel like that was the writers being like, pick the Templars, damn it, and people were still like, no. But then anytime like best written Dragon Age like antagonist comes up, people talk about Calpurnia, and there's always someone in the room like, who's Calpurnia? And I'm like, oh, buddy.
It's okay.
It's
you're
me.
safe.
I'm that person
I'm a
in the
veil
room.
jumper. What happened?
It's also like nice because she's kind of cute. She got freckles and she's got a gap in her teeth.
She sealed the barrier
She was actually a slave who Corypheus freed.
Oh, dang.
So it's like a whole thing. Like she follows Corypheus because she thinks he's going to free slaves into Vinter, but his actual plan is to use her as a vessel for the Well of Sorrows and then imprison her to use the power so that she can't. So she'll basically have no will of her own.
Ah, okay.
And how you turn her against Corypheus is you find proof of it and you tell her. And she's like, oh, I thought the ancient Darkspawn Magister was gonna free the slaves.
Some papers here, but
Oh,
nothing useful.
darn it.
No mention of a location.
Speaking of ancient Vinter Magisters, we actually had one show up in our
There's a
episode of
local
Dragon
laboratory
Age
for all
today.
the supplies with them.
We did.
And immediately someone in the comments who's been watching, it's one of my followers who's been watching forever. He doesn't watch the streams because I think he might work nights or something, but like,
There's a crater nearby.
but he watches every episode of a Bioware game that I upload.
All that energy
He's been watching my Dragon Age Origins Let's Play since like episode 3 was first uploaded. He's been one of my most loyal fans, and he has still gotten mad at me so much because like, I don't know about mad's the right word, but he's been a little salty that I skipped Awakening and went straight into Dragon Age 2, and I only did that because
It's bad.
I was trying to beat all 3 games before Veilguard came out, and if I played Awakening I wouldn't have actually done it.
Yeah.
And so, like, in today's episode went up, and we had the Architect reveal, and he in the comments, is this a hint at an Awakening playthrough from you? And I'm like, maybe. I'm like, in the future, maybe. But I promised Cass Divinity after I finished Mass Effect.
Yes.
And that will make sure Cass watches my videos all the time because I'll be uploading
It'll
Divinity.
take time to put together a
That is
rescue
correct.
party.
My biggest problem with playing Divinity is it's going to be hard to make thumbnails for that series because everything's top down. So I'm just going to have to use like art, like official art from the game as the thumbnails. Which is still fine, but I like the way I do thumbnails where it's like I literally just like when I'm in my editing software, DaVinci Resolve, I find a spot, I export a still, and that's what I use as the background thumbnail. That's like not my face. It's like
Let's head back to the
because you see my thumbnails where it's like look, it's the big dragon thing. Oh wow, cool. I'm reacting. I take a still from like my actual video and then go from there. Which for Divinity, that's gonna be hard. There's not a lot. From what I understand, there's like no real big cinematics that are in game engine. They're all 2D animations.
For like Divinity or Divinity 2 Original Sin?
Divinity 2.
Oh, for that, there's some... No, they
But
don't
it's all
do
top down though, isn't
cinematics.
it?
I wouldn't call it completely top down. It's very much Baldur's Gate-esque, with... They pop up to talk, but it's not like... It's not like motion capture or anything.
Oh yeah, but it's like... But it still like zooms in on them. It's like an old school, like a Baldur's Gate 1 or 2 style from what I've seen, and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. And I'm also very excited because they haven't confirmed it, but they seem to be hinting strongly at Divinity Original Sin 3 being the next game they're working on.
I hope so.
But they said
yeah.
the next game they work on will be similar to Baldur's Gate 3 in art direction and style, and I'm like, please give me... Because I played Divinity Original Sin 1 and beat it. I started Divinity Original Sin 2, and I never got out of Fort Joy.
Yeah.
But, because I think another game that I've been really looking forward to came out,
Tell me
and I
about Honoris.
stopped playing
He is the light,
Divinity 2 for that.
of Elgar'nan,
But I'm also, like,
bringer of
give me a Divinity game in the art style
Against
of,
the Honoris.
even now,
or even in like the cinematic style, like gameplay style of Baldur's Gate 3, and
against the
Tell me about the armies.
I might cream, Cass.
chosen of Elgar'nan, made pure
Honestly,
and
felt
stripped of their want.
But
to
I think
serve the great Daenerys.
although there's not cinematics,
demons.
when they do kind of
He
scene
made an
changes and
army of
location
demons.
changes, which is honestly fairly often, I'd say every 1.5 to 2 hours.
Oh, Rook.
It's not full cinematic, but it's kind of
What are you hoping to find out
end
from the archive?
of
End of arc cinematic.
Paris. What would make
oh
Syrian
well
work
like
with him?
End of Veilguard.
But everything I found out.
Oh,
kind
like
of art.
stills. Okay.
Or yeah,
And now
it's like
Syrian
those
wants to meet
or
to
like how they
explain
have
himself.
for the memories
He's
kind of
turning
thing.
people
Yeah.
into demons. Our people.
Yeah.
Nothing he could say. will
Also,
make
after you
that
told me, I
alright.
looked up Melody's art, and I was like,
I
oh.
know.
Yeah.
Talking
Yep.
to him again. Knowing what I
And
know,
voiced
it's hard.
by Amelia Tyler, the
Beyond
narrator from
hard.
Baldur's Gate.
And that's
Oh.
if this isn't all a big trap.
You're in danger.
I'm in danger, but she's not romanceable, is she?
He's still
I
your
can neither
brother,
confirm nor
even
deny.
if he
That
made
means
some
no.
bad choices.
Listen, I'm probably gonna end up fucking the sassy lizard man.
That's the thing.
Yeah, honestly
The
valid.
Syrian
I mean,
Arno
I'm
cared.
saying I can neither confirm nor
Loved
deny
his
because
people
I
more than
genuinely
anything.
can't remember because I was too focused in on Ifan.
Grounded.
I mean, I'm probably gonna end
I
up,
saw an assassin and
Made
I
sure
said
I was
him.
okay.
I'm probably gonna end
And I
up
took care of him.
sleeping with
Protected him because I
the
loved
sassy red lizard man.
But Anaris,
But I'm also
It would
probably
check
gonna
out.
make a lizard man. Frankly, who knows? I
Yeah.
might. I'm not playing an origin character. Like somebody's like, play an origin, and I was like, I'm not gonna play an
Mm-mm.
origin character my first time through. I never do that in games like
No,
that.
you want to
I-
get all the lore that you can and you'll miss out so much with the origin.
I'm probably gonna end up
I know
because I
this
know
is hard
human.
for
It's
you,
weird because humans are
but
kind
you
of
know
short in
you
that
have to
game, so
stop
I'm like, maybe I will play an elf just to not be short.
I know. I get it.
But also, the lizards
He's
are
my
real
brother,
tall.
though. It was the worst day of my life.
Oh, poor
I don't know
Balara.
if I can do that.
She's so sad
So what are
all
you
the
going
time.
to do?
Meet with him.
Are you okay
Aw,
with
but
that?
I saw someone who called Balara sad.
To talk to him.
Oh, what was the
Convince him
exact
he's
word?
wrong.
Sad
that
smut
doesn't
writing
work.
Meryl, and I was like, yeah, you're not wrong.
Will you come with me?
I
Of
love
course.
this ADHD
Thanks,
mess.
Rook.
Yeah.
Really.
I saw another one that said
Just-
Davrin is Fenris if he, instead of being a slave, had joined the Grey Wardens, and I'm like, that's a wild distinction, my guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's
That's
a completely
a
different
completely different
character at that point, dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of Davrin, husband! Because
Husband.
we smooched him. We smooch more? Smooch right on the
More
lips.
smooches?
Kiss me right on the mouth, Kenny Rogers.
Hey, Rook.
That's the most upsetting
time for
thing
something
about
outside the
Veilguard is I
lighthouse?
can't kiss them
I was
whenever.
going to head to Arlington with the
Yeah,
sun.
unfortunately.
See a real sky again.
It's so sad.
I was hoping you'd keep me company.
I just want to be able to smooch my boy.
Yeah, we're gonna go do Davrin's thing first, but, help Davrin. Oh, hey, this is the worm scene.
I love the worm scene. Let's go.
You don't get it. About
Oh.
the Canary stuff. That's my mother's crap.
But you know so much.
It's not
more
crap,
than you give
Tosh.
yourself credit for.
But never as much as her.
Ah,
Don't me. She's the expert.
of course she is. She has decades of experience. But a
True.
proper teacher never makes a student feel inadequate.
Maybe in Navarra.
Ooh. Oh, Rook adjusting his boot like, yep, I'm totally not listening in.
You're here.
What happened?
A note from Viago.
Oh, look, it's a note from my father.
He's hosting all the talents of the
My adopted
crows
father,
at
not my
Catarina's
biological
villa.
father, who is giving Bambi a lot of concerns in the campaign at this point.
Yeah.
Guess I wasn't invited.
Yeah.
You'll have to settle for
Bambi
crashing,
is
Barty.
just
Settle.
all he wants
That's
is
just the
snuggles and all he gets is struggles.
We have to do this carefully.
He got smooched by
Viago
Lucanus,
has
though.
to be expecting us.
He did get a smooch, which
Tune
was
in, that'll be in like episode 5,
Elgar'nan.
6, whatever episode we're on now.
Avoiding us
episode
otherwise.
I think that
Be
happened
ready
episode
for a
4.
trap.
No,
because
because that was in
after
the last
episode-
episode, and we...
No,
That's episode 5, sir. This is
No.
the episode with him giving you a smooch.
No, it was episode 4 because it was after episode 3 where the trauma happens, and I messaged you and I was like, Cole, you better give me something happy.
I'm
And you're like,
pretty
okay.
sure it was episode 5 because I remember it being last episode.
Nah, because episode 5 started with me talking
I'm gonna look
to
at it after this, and then I'm gonna message you
Zevran
and be
about
like,
the thing.
haha, I'm right.
Yeah, I know that I'm right, because
There's something I
episode
need to
5
do.
started with me
Everything
talking to
all
Zev
right?
Daddy.
Yeah. If you're a rep.
Sure thing.
Have you discovered I'm right?
Probably. In my own brain, maybe, but do I have to accept it? No. Just like Bambi in real life. They may actually be right, but nobody's gonna accept it.
No, that's true. Bambi tries so hard. Like,
Bambi tries
Wait,
really hard, and nobody ever listens.
Bambi is the boy who cried wolf, but he's never cried wolf, and he's always been on the money, and everyone else ignores him.
Bambi will say things to people like, Bambi, calm down. And he's like...
Uh-huh.
And now Zevran's giving him offers, and he's like, but I'm indoctrinated.
But I'm indoctrinated.
That's the thing. The indoctrination worked on Bambi, never worked on Zevran. Zevran knew all the whole time. Oh yeah, this is a shit job. Versus Bambi's like, this is the best opportunity anyone could ever have. Being a crow is amazing. And every other crow is like, did they hit you in the head really hard in training or something?
It's like, yes.
Hey Hank, how you doing? We're gonna flirt with Davrin some more. Cause,
A romantic picnic, huh?
oh,
This is a
I haven't
surprise.
seen this in the romance yet. So this is
Evka and Antoine's doing. They told me after all the wardens have been through and what's ahead, I should
What?
take a break.
what?
I'm surprised you actually listened.
Sorry, I just went to look
You know how
up Bambi's
sad
character
Antoine can
stats,
look.
and his character
did he
sheet
pack
doesn't
to the
exist
picnic?
anymore. What?
Emmerich helped me brew a ginger
That's
wort
bad.
truffle tea.
That's
I bet
bad.
you'd see
I
what
may
all the
need
fuss is
to make a new character sheet from Bambi and hope that I screenshotted
I'm happy you're getting a
Bambi's
chance to unwind.
stuff when
No,
I
I'm
sent
kind
it
of on
to-
brand for Bambi though, and you, frankly.
You take on a lot.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, at least I
can
know
take your
he's just
mind off it for
pure
an
Soul
afternoon.
Knife Rogue, so it's
I'll
not
be
that
a
hard.
happy man.
Which we had to retcon that it's like not actual spirit knives, it's just real
That's not
daggers.
bad.
Coming from increasingly absurd
Gingery,
places.
but
Yeah.
also garlic,
Because crow.
hints of mushroom, and
Honestly though, like Valerius may be short, but he's got some guns on him.
well, I've never eaten a one.
Oh, yeah.
When he flexes the right, he's doing that pose that skinny guys who lift do, where they're like, yes, I'm flexing. I'm not flexing my triceps at all.
Someone just talked to me.
Huh? What did he say?
Worms, worms.
No, not that. What you said before.
Emmerich said ginger
Worms.
wort might have some kind of
Worms.
magical properties.
I'm talking to my
Oh,
son.
might.
Slowly turning the mods back on for my
Maybe
next day
it
show run.
affects some people more
So
than
fun
others.
thing about that, Hank.
Go
It
right
appears that the only mods that interfere with the subclasses are the starting armor list mods. People thought it was the ImpUI mod, but ImpUI doesn't actually affect the new subclasses. It's only the starting armor list mods. I found that out by experimenting because I finally found the sub. Because what I had was I couldn't reclass anybody that had to pick their subclass at level 1. But if their subclass was like a level 2 or 3, it worked just fine. And it's because of the starting armor list mods were screwing me up. But I removed those and boom, Shadow Heart's a Death Domain Cleric. And overpowered as fuck. Well, MPUI wasn't the issue, apparently. So maybe with MPUI getting an update, maybe the starting armor lists will work. Because they weren't working. Which isn't that big of a deal. It's because it just picks basic armors from the game, but it's like, instead of scale mail, you can have chain mail. Which is like, kind of nice. Which is something most DMs do anyway, so it's kind of funny. Like, most DMs are like, you want starting armor? Here's your scale. Do you want scale armor or plate armor? Plate armor. Cool.
Yeah.
I did have a GM who was very much hardcore on the rules and was like, no, and he like went off the book for how much things cost, even though we were in a homebrew world and we weren't in Faerun. And he was like, no, plate armor's 1,500 or like 5,500 gold. And I was like, I'm good with half plate.
Oh.
He's like, half plate's 900. And I was like, for a basic ass half plate? He's like, yeah. I'm like, that's only 1 point of AC higher than what I have. And he was like, yeah. Also, starting off with Oath of the Crown is the prettiest one of the Paladin armors. I still like the Oath of Vengeance one. I actually like the 1%. All they did was make the Oath of Vengeance one purple for the Oath of Conquest mod. The starting armor is just purple Oath of Vengeance armor.
Okay.
The Oath of the Crown Paladin armor is pretty, but Oath of the Crown is... A friend of mine pointed out that that's the cop Paladin, and I've never been able to unsee it.
But
Oh, yeah.
Oath of the Crown is the cop Paladin.
even with all of
It is.
And Oath of... Like, I saw a thing that was like Oath of Vengeance Paladins and Oath of the Crown Paladins. That's a video I need to make as Kylan, actually, Cass, is... I have a whole speech written out of Kylan talking to an Oath of the Crown Paladin about how he's a piece of shit. Because it was like... Oath of Vengeance Paladins and Oath of the Crown Paladins would fucking hate each other because one of them is a cop and the other is the Punisher.
I will do better.
And I'm like,
oh yeah.
I must do better.
But the funny thing is, the Oath of the Crown Paladin would probably think that the Oath of Vengeance Paladins are buddies. They're like, oh yeah, you're like us. You're with us, right? And then the Oath of Vengeance Paladin is like, no. When we are pure. Hey, Syrian, that's eugenics. Anaris is trying to do eugenics, man.
He's a warlord. That's
He's like, I'm gonna make the elves more pure, and then kill everyone else.
But the victors write the histories.
Kind of sounds like Solus too, doesn't it?
To make our people
a little bit, as a treat, yeah.
The funny thing is, like, the more you hear Syrian talk about how Anaris presents himself to him, it's very similar to things that Solus told the Inquisitor at the end of Trespasser.
Oh yeah.
So it's like...
Also, are we level 12? I'm just going to remake his character sheet real quick.
Yes.
He's the good guy here.
Cool.
That's why he wants you wearing it. That mask.
You're 12.
He's influencing you.
I don't know where it went, but I did send a screenshot at one point of his stats, so we have a starting.
I am 12.
Accept that I chose this willingly.
Have you ever seen that movie, Cass, The Benchwarmers?
What he feels.
No.
It's a movie about a group of nerdy guys who start a baseball team. It's just the three of them, but they play against kids, but the kids are all bullies. So it's three nerdy guys on a baseball team, and baseball teams usually have teams of 9 on the field. So they have a pitcher, a catcher, and a fielder, which is very limited. But the whole premise is that they are nerdy guys who grew up, and one of them became like a mega jock as he grew up. Which is funny because he's played by Rob Schneider. But Rob Schneider did actually like, gain a ton of muscle mass for the role. But it was
He's playing you for a fool.
Of the new subclass of my favorite is Arcane Archer. I like Arcane Archer. I just wish they'd picked Rune Knight or Psy Warrior because those are objectively, in my opinion. Okay, subjectively, but in my opinion, they are subjectively the best fighter subclasses. But Rune Knight would be hard. Besides, there's a modded Rune Knight anyway. But anyway, in the movie The Benchwarmers, there's a scene where one of the baseball teams has a, because they're getting their asses kicked by these 3 grown-ass men, obviously, and it's like 12-year-old kids. They recruit a Cuban baseball player, like a Cuban professional baseball player, who has a full goatee, but they have documentation, which is him, which is just his picture on a piece of paper that's written in crayon that says, I am 12. But they slip a $100 bill in there so the umpire will let it fly.
Incredible.
We're gonna have to.
But then his kids run out and start saying stuff in Spanish, and he's like, "Hey, now here, mijo!" And it's just like,
I know.
But it's just a running joke of, I am 12.
You've got work to do.
I'm 12.
But he's like an actual professional baseball player, but he keeps getting drunk in the dugout, so he ends up losing because he gets drunk. The team loses because he drunkenly screws things up, and it's hilarious. But then the big plot twist is at the end that the Rob Schneider's character, the jock nerd, it turns out he was a bully growing up, and he's trying to, and he's doing all this to try to make amends for all the bullying he did. But it's kind of messed up because he bullied one kid so bad that the kid had to go to a mental hospital.
Oh my god.
And it's like, holy shit!
What? What movies are you watching? These are wild.
It's called The Benchwarmers, and it was a movie with... It was the main characters are played by Rob Schneider, David Spade, and the guy from Napoleon Dynamite.
Good lord, that sounds so good.
It is amazing, honestly. It's not actually. It's actually a terrible movie, but it's funny.
Listen.
It's not a good movie by any means, but it is funny.
Oh yeah.
And Terry Crews plays himself just a big buff guy, but he wears a wig all the time because said main character who turned out was a bully. It turns out he bullied him for being bald in middle school. So giant ass Terry Crews.
Here to greet us.
They've gone
Oh
to
my
the villa
god.
without
Oh,
us.
it's time to go rescue Katarina.
Did Ilario
Oh
no
look, we get to do
particular
your boys
What's
quest.
this party supposed to be for?
My boy!
Iago's
Your boy.
invitation said they would celebrate the
Oh,
new
and you
first
get to
talent
hear
and
the dialogue.
discuss the
I love the
situation
dialogue.
in Treviso.
The dialogue.
It doesn't matter what my cousin
In the
thinks
fight.
he's doing.
Oh, as a crow.
Yeah.
Go in.
Isn't it Viago just giving me shit anytime I get hit?
Yes, it is.
And
Yes, it
Rook
is, and
going,
I love
Sorry,
it.
Viago.
Is it to your family home then?
Yeah, like,
We are.
I'll try harder. I don't know the exact
stop
quotes,
letting
but-
him hit you,
Travel
Rook.
ahead. We move on
It's
your
so good.
And hello.
No particular reason, what would you say is the best feat to have as a rogue?
Kill them before they can warn the others.
I actually would have to think about that. There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, because I've got mobile and I've got dual wielder.
Alert would be nice
How
to
he's
get me
built.
surprised.
Oh, you're right. But I feel like Bambi's always surprised character-wise.
Which is even funnier whenever he turns out to not be surprised in combat.
That would be good. I'm doing that.
And gives Bambi some utility whenever I have sneak attacks and Bambi's like, hey, I see you.
Yep.
And it's like,
Surprise!
he's immune to the surprise condition. Like, you guys can still be sneak attacked by, like, a group of enemies. But it no longer is, results in Bambi losing a round of combat.
So we can't go straight to the house.
Like, the enemies will get a surprise round, but Bambi will also get to move that round.
He fears us.
Yeah.
Rook, you see
Stop
that
making me look at the church. I'm getting the chest game.
That's where we're going?
It's the quickest way there.
And no, not Devlin's.
Find out, we
I
can
already
shapeshift. They're
looked
going
at
to tell
that.
the church.
After
If
you
the men find out, we can shapeshift.
How far is it to Ilario's party?
They're going to tell the church.
praise,
I'll tell the church on you anyway,
across the
Cass.
grounds, in
They're
against
going to tell the chantry,
Why does such a
which
big
isn't
house
a
need a
really
second
big
house?
threat for Bambi because he knows nothing about anything.
He's like, what's a chantry?
He learned only what he had to for his job, and then he said,
Meanwhile,
I'm never going to read a book again.
What's funny is half the party is like, yeah, what's a chantry? And then the other half is... And then there's Amaris who's like, I'm married to the divine.
Uh-huh. And Bambi's like, what is a divine?
Asher.
Wait for the signal.
Ah, a hot man. I also have a divine.
Oh, like Lucanus the divine is wild. Also just wrong.
Sarah is dead. The
Yeah.
Venturi should be long gone.
Oh, you dick muffin. My favorite insult, calling people dick muffins. Because no one knows what a dick muffin really is.
I do.
You do? What's a dick muffin, though, Cass?
I will tell you, but I'm sworn to secrecy.
By who? I
Can't
invented
tell
dick
you
muffins.
that either. I'm under NDA.
I didn't
This
make
just
it sound
in. Cole
NDA.
put me under NDA that I can't tell anyone what a dick muffin is.
Cass, if I put you under NDA, you would break it out of spite.
How dare you? I've been really good about not breaking any of the NDAs that I've signed.
And also, whenever everything happened with Mimo, you were like, hehe, I'm not under NDA,
A
bitch.
city under Antivan occupation and the Venetorians
Like-
hanging around. Why?
Because it's like, well, I was under NDA, but then she didn't pay me.
Yup. Then she broke the contract, and I'm not under NDA
Because she
anymore.
didn't pay anybody. Word of advice, kids, make sure the venue actually exists before you sign up to be cast at a ball.
Oh, it exists. They didn't get paid either.
No, that's what I mean is like make sure that
Oh, yeah.
the owner has actually secured the venue before you agree to be part of the ball. Cass and I
Yup.
were supposed to be cast at a ball, a Greek mythology ball, and it didn't happen because
Through a window and across the
the owner of the ball told us
More dangerous
like
by the day.
after selling thousands of tickets, or hundreds of tickets, thousands of dollars of tickets, told us, hey, the deposit on the venue, like, I didn't get the loan was denied. I didn't know that was going to happen. And then, what do you mean? What do you mean? So we then ripped them a new one, and the ball was canceled. Luckily.
Yeah.
And then Cass and I had a good cry about it.
We did.
Well, mostly Cass cried, and I patted him virtually on the shoulder.
Pat, pat, pat.
Because that is our friendship.
But
Cass
we
cries,
still
I
get
pat.
to, but we still get to hang out in May. So.
Yeah, you just have to come see me.
Oh, we will be.
I know.
We just need to sort it out for when you're available.
Yeah, which is most weekdays.
Yeah.
Weekends I am available, but I will have the baby.
Yes. We love the baby.
And weekdays, I'm also available with the baby, and Remy can come too.
Yeah.
No.
Also, I think it would be funny for, as the final feat, if I took Inspiring Leader, because no one ever listens to Bambi when he rambles.
I think in character you need to not take that, because...
I know, it's just, it would be funny.
Would it be funny?
It would be funny if he's just been rambling for 10 minutes and I was like, wow, I feel really inspired by that. I didn't listen to you, but it was inspiring.
It was inspiring how much you seem to think we care what you have to say.
Honestly, yeah.
That was so mean to say out loud.
But it's correct for Bambi, unfortunately.
I say things and then I'm like, wow, that was really mean of me. Why did I say that?
I can't believe you've done that.
I've been playing so much Baldur's Gate 3 because of patch 8 that I'm just like, wait, how do I Dragon Age again?
I feel
and
that.
then for the action games, I've been playing the first Berserker Kazan, and I'm like, okay, so Dragon Age is nowhere near as hard as that, right? It's not, but also, this game is harder than I give it credit for sometimes when I'm playing, but only when I'm playing as a rogue.
Yeah, as a mage, it's the easiest for me, but that's because of my playstyle.
But also,
I like
warrior
to let
is,
the boys hit things and then hide away.
But also, when you're a warrior, you can just go, hey, look, bonk. Okay, you scythe boy, you need to stop attacking me. I didn't bring a warrior, I should have brought Davrin. But I had to bring Lucanus and I wanted a mage. I'm trying to kill this guy. Okay, you know what, fuck it. I'm using my ult now. Which doesn't do a whole lot, but still. What the fuck? I hate these scythe boys. They are the most annoying enemy in the fucking game. Because they don't obey the laws of physics. And also, they're dicks. I died, but it's okay, I have revives.
Oh no, don't die.
No, haha, you're too sexy to die. Haha, no, don't kill yourself, babe, you're too sexy. Cringe ass 2010s memes.
No, don't die, you'll ruin the party.
Oh my god, babe, you're too sexy to put this.
Oh my god.
Well, that was a real meme that like a guy apparently sent his girl that he was dating and said, you're too sexy, and it was like...
That's wild.
Dragon Age and best as Rogue or Mage, because the opposite give me a big bonk. I'm best in Baldur's Gate as a... Same thing I'm best at in D&D and what I have the best costume for in real life. Paladin. Because my Barbarian costume, yeah, it's cool and it looks good on me, but my Paladin outfit, though... My Paladin costume, though... Shit's sexy. Kylan's armor is attractive. Like, just the armor. I don't even need to be in it.
Hell yeah, pop off, Cole. I was about to call you Carl. Who's Carl?
Who's Carl?
Oh, it's the infinite universe version of you.
It's going to end.
No.
Carl, the surfer frat bro.
No, my grandpa's name was Carl and he sucked.
Now her victory answered to him following the power.
He was a man who did not tell his son, my dad, that he was proud of him ever in his life, and my dad played in the fucking NFL.
Oh.
My dad was the highest level of professional athlete that exists in the world. And my grandpa never told him he was proud of him.
That's ugh.
Meanwhile, I considered joining the Navy, and I got it, I'm proud of you. And my dad was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, we can take that. And
I'm like, yeah, yours takes a lot more effort.
Oh yeah, parents versus grandparents, alright? It's wild.
Yeah. It's like, you'd have to have a pulse to join the U.S. military.
We go under the bridge.
we aren't going in through.
But I didn't, thankfully. Thankfully.
Didn't have a pulse?
No, I didn't join the military. Yeah, oh yeah, surprise cast, I'm a zombie.
That's our way inside.
I knew it. The whole time?
Your house has
A couple
secret
non-strength
escape
classes I
route.
modify to be strength
And
classes,
Ilario
cleric,
didn't post
ranger,
a
I built for
guard.
strength. Well, yeah, there's
Does
most
that-
classes in
does he
D&D
know
you
it's
can
you?
build to be strength classes, but...
Katarina didn't
Or dex. Like, dex-based paladin's a real thing.
found it playing here alone as a boy.
It's not great, but it's a real thing. It makes paladin more balanced because it's not good. Well, paladin itself is so OP in 5e that it's like... And yeah, the 2024 did actually, like, people are like, oh, it balanced paladin. I'm like, yeah, but I'm still allowed to be mad about it.
Yeah.
It's not OP anymore. Smite is a spell now? Fuck off. Spite can be counterspelled now? Yeah, no, fuck that.
Absolutely not.
Which is why at every table that I have a player at, I'm going to tell them, listen, I'm playing a paladin, and I'm using the 2014 version, and there's nothing you can do about it. I will use the 2024 version of everything else. Just kidding. If the DM was
Yeah,
like, nah, you're going to play the 24, I was like, okay, fine, but I'm multi-classing.
Yeah, they nerfed it so bad.
They actually didn't nerf it as bad as everyone's claiming they did, but it did get nerfed.
It got there.
It's still incredibly powerful. It's still objectively the best half-caster. But now some of its multi-classes actually got buffed and some got nerfed. Like, Paladin Sorcerer is now insane because you can twin spell or quicken spell, technically, a Divine Smite.
Home smells like dust.
And you can also empowered spell and like
Don't say that when Katarina's in earshot.
all of them. All of those can be sorcery points now work on every type of sorcery point works on Smite. So Paladin Sorcerer just got hella buffed.
Yeah.
But Paladin Barbarian is now useless because you didn't need because even though you needed a spell slot to smite, you could still smite while raging because it wasn't considered an actual spell. Now though, it's considered a spell, so you can no longer smite while raging.
Yeah.
Which also, like, someone was like, why didn't they change Barbarian so that you could cast spells while raging? Like, if you could cast spells while raging, Barbarian would be the most overpowered class in the game 10 times out of 10. And, hey, Paladin Cleric is actually better than it used to be now.
Oh, yeah.
War Domain Cleric and Paladin's always been good, but most other Cleric subclasses of Paladin don't really mix. But now they do!
That makes sense.
I'm a Pala Cleric. I swore an oath, but also I just straight up like serve the god, so I get double powers. Why do you get extra powers? Because I swore an oath. And if I break my oath, I lose my powers. I actually have a rule that if I do have a Paladin Cleric in my one of my players, if they swore the oath, they have to swear the oath to the same god that they got their cleric abilities from. And if they break their oath, they also might, depending on the situation, lose their cleric powers.
So you lived here.
Ooh, interesting.
Because if the god's mad enough to remove their oath,
Yeah.
he's also probably mad enough to, you know, hey, by the way, you don't get any powers.
Oh, yeah.
One of my players, one of my other games, their Warlock Patron, he got his powers stolen away, like in his spirit and essence completely removed to be given to a dark god. By Remy's character, by the way. Remy's character turned out to be the villain in that campaign, and has been hiding among the party the whole time, waiting to get close enough to her goal.
Ooh.
So Remy pulled a fast one on the rest of the party, but one of the players was a warlock of the god, the beast, the creature, whose power she stole for her god. So that character has now lost their warlock levels. You're a ranger now.
They made themselves comfortable, but we'll get them out.
Interesting.
Still in one piece.
You know what else is interesting?
What?
Your face.
Oh.
I didn't say
I'm
it was
taking that
handsome,
as
I
a
said it was
compliment.
interesting.
I'm taking it as a compliment. Fight me.
No, I will not.
Well, that's too damn bad.
I will not bite
Also,
you.
I have made Bambi once more. He exists again. I don't know where he went or why he went, because I haven't deleted any characters.
Oh shit. Fuck off, Venatori. Venatori. Which is gonna be so fun, y'all getting to deal with Aelia early.
Yes.
Maybe you can... Oh, whoa, that was a lot of damage. Maybe you can save canonically Nev's boyfriend.
I mean, yeah. Potentially.
Because he was canonically Nev's boyfriend. I need to remember to use my ally as a rogue. I'm so worried about doing all my things that I forget to worry about my party.
I mean, I'm gonna be really real with you. My entire first playthrough of Veilguard, I never opened this menu screen to assign, like, where my allies go. I just let them do their own thing.
Well, that's
I didn't know that menu screen existed until the second playthrough.
You also didn't know your daggers existed. Or how to switch weapons.
Yeah.
You were
My dagger and orb.
Spellblade who couldn't Spellblade.
Yeah, that was my bad. I just assumed.
Welcome
they were
back,
there
chat,
somewhere.
to an episode of Cass is bad at video games.
I am. I just have fun with them.
They don't have fun with you.
No, because I absolutely wreck them.
I'm sorry. That was rude of me.
They get
But
wrecked.
video games hate you.
Honestly, technology in general hates me. I'm gonna be real.
Well, you know what? It should.
Intruder.
You are a demon.
This is my house.
Correct.
A demon of the vibe.
I'm a demon of the vibe, and that's why I get on with Spite so well.
If
That's why I
Dragon
think
Age
Spite.
demons existed in real life in the modern day, there would absolutely, in this day and age, be a vibes demon.
Yeah. Just the vibes are so bad in here. A demon spawn.
The vibes are so... It's like, oh man, who made these vibes so bad? And then Cass is like, I know, right? Wait, you're a demon.
Absolutely random. Me? Yes.
Now it's your turn.
Cass, you are Spite.
Still alive?
I disagree with this because I think that there should have been a third option where Lucanus and Spite separated and you romanced Spite separately.
No.
Let me romance a demon.
They will never let you romance a spirit. They never have and they never will. You can't really even romance Cole.
Yeah.
That's only for
But
the bard. I do love how he ends up with the bard. So it's like the monster quote-unquote character ends up with the bard.
It checks out.
If you make it more
As
human.
a canonical bard in real life, it checks out.
You're calling Snow a monster.
The family needs to have ahead. First,
Never.
and then
Snow is the exception.
what we see.
I'd love to be like, hey, I'm about to like message Snow and be like, Cass, called you a monster.
Snow is a shapeshifter, so maybe technically.
Changeling.
The door's been barred from the inside.
Yes.
A fake creature that takes babies and then replaces them?
Nah, that's the Fae themselves. Changelings are the babies.
Yep.
They're different.
Also, for all of you who are still watching, thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate all of you. And if you haven't, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. Become a member if it suits your fancy. Just like Cass, who can put the emotes in the chat.
Oh, okay.
That you drew.
Oh, very-
Celebrate this touching family
very
reunion.
slowly.
You know,
do
we'll
that
have a
before I worry
barbarian
about it
one
anymore.
soon.
Now might not be the best time. We have Elario's celebration
Wow.
today.
You've been busy.
Look
I'm
at these.
teasing you.
We have to take Katarina to
Emotes.
safety before.
Part of me actually wants, since he's more my mascot, send you like have you do a Kylan emote.
Speak about me as if I'm
yes.
not here.
Then you could
There's
draw me
no
in my
time
fancy
for
armor.
heroic nonsense.
Yeah.
And he has pointy elf ears, but not this big. He's a half elf. His are smaller.
I won't let Elario do more damage.
Go.
I was
Yeah,
thinking about that
I'm-
the other day, and I was like, I kind of, because I wanted to do a playthrough as Kylan in Veilguard, and I'm like, I kind of can't. Because the elves are too elfy and can't have facial hair. And Kylan, yeah, in the first book he's clean shaven, but he grows a beard, like, he will have a beard second book onward. And he is also tall. He's like canonically 6'3". So it's like, the elves in Dragon Age do not work for Kylan.
Do you have a
So I'd have to make him a human, but then I have to play as a human.
Lucanis?
Yeah.
I'm working on it. He is ours. He will
Chill out, Spike. I still deeply wish, after we had did the last stream and it like showed Spike speaking in his true voice, because they patched that in the Fade prison, I'm like, I wish he talked like that all the time. Because I like
Yeah.
Spike's own voice.
Yes. I do like the gruff Spike voice.
Careful, they know we're not right. Look, it's the balls you can find outside a target. Oh no, they're only half balls.
Get ready.
You have a plan now, right?
Yeah, depending how things go. Wait, so depending how things go, is there an option of, in our next campaign, meeting Spike?
Oh yeah, specifically for Narcisse.
Katarina's death
Smash.
was a tragedy. But to get
Because there will be a little bit of a time skip
from the dead
Yeah.
in between Call of the Cune and Dreadwolf.
I can't wait for you to kidnap Narcisse and put Narcisse in a secret underwater prison.
What?
Because I know Narcisse is never going to be allowed to rest.
No, he's gonna get all the trauma.
I take the mantle
Yeah.
of First Talon with a heavy heart.
But the crows are definitely gonna be more villainous if you couldn't tell.
Oh yeah.
From the ashes.
Morally gray? No, they're morally black.
The Venatori.
Well, I mean, it depends because we have.
Depends on how y'all do things. Y'all could change the
We have a
crows. Who
plan.
knows?
Yeah.
Over
We
my
can change
dead
them from the
body.
inside to make, like, still have them be very dark, morally grey, but not Katarina evil.
I can't wait till Narcisse has to make a choice. Who
I
to save and
can.
who to kill.
I would like to not have to make that choice, but I know I'll have
That
to. at
sucks
some
for
point.
you then, buddy.
It really does.
Oh look, it's
It really does.
It's Lucanus at his hottest when he has wings.
I love winged Lucanus.
I saw someone say, like, playing this game for the first time when they first sent us out Lucanus to things, it's like, oh, it's Short King Rysand. And I was like, it's
I
not-
hate that.
That's
Thank
not,
you.
It's not really super incorrect.
Your alliance.
I hate
Physically, at least.
it. No, thank you. I refuse.
Lucanis. All of this is on your head. You started this. I'm ending it.
You cannot. Oh, you're vulnerable to ice? Ooh, and look who I brought. Nev, blow him up. Kill the mages first, because killing the mages is always a good idea.
Yeah, but you gotta let Ilaria hit you so that you can get the.
I sent you that one that
lines.
was like the D&D thing that was like barbarian, and the magicians are always evil, right?
Uh-huh.
I sent that one to Dia, and she was like, wow. And I'm like, to be fair, Amaris could very easily become a villain in the right situation.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know, maybe certain people dying. She's like, if you kill Asher, and I was like, what? Why would I ever hurt?
You've
that
already
person?
killed one fiance. You can't kill them both.
I can.
And you will. I know.
I didn't say that. Those are your words being put into my mouth hole.
This is why, if things heat up with Lucanus, Narcisse is gonna, if it happens, Narcisse would propose and elope in the same episode so that you don't have a chance to
Kill
plot
him while he's
and
a
be
fiance?
like, I'm gonna kill him while he's a fiance. Yeah.
Well, then I'll just kill him as a
The
husband.
fiance curse of this game.
It's been one fiance.
And come on, you've been thinking about it.
There's no other fiancés except for.
Yeah, there are.
Huh?
Yeah, there are. There's Asher.
There's just Asher.
Don't die.
I know, and you've been thinking about it.
Right, don't die. Viago will kill me. I'm trying to prolong the fight so I can hear all the dialogue, but I haven't been getting a lot of it.
Yeah, it's only if you specifically get hit by Ilario, I think, so you can get rid of all the Venatori sidekicks.
You've got it solved. You're in for a surprise, Ilario.
And then I had him be sassy the Bambi too. Dearest Narcissus, I thank you so much for the time we have spent together.
I can't believe I got gaslit in a letter.
And then when you told
And
Lucanus, he was like, Bambi, I know you and Ilario never would die.
And Narcissus is like,
I have proof!
why don't you believe me? Like, Lucanus, please.
Oh, Nev just blew him the fuck up.
Dang. Okay, Nev, pop off.
Like the animation of him exploding into ice happened.
What are you waiting for, cousin? Finish what you
Goodbye,
started.
Ilario.
I already did.
I still wish we could kill him.
On your knees.
Yeah, so do I.
In front of everyone.
The show mercy option should be prison. And
Yeah.
the show no mercy option should be murder.
Oh yeah, there shouldn't be an option where he gets off scot-free.
Which there is. It's so stupid.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I think, like, best option should be prison. And
What am
then
I supposed to do with
kill
this
him.
idiot?
Still care, show mercy. No! No, especially from Crow Rook, he knows how the crows will react to that.
Yeah.
He tried to kill you and got you imprisoned. And kidnapped the first Talon. And made a deal with the Venatori.
Too much to forgive. But he's still all I've got. Viago, lock him up.
Do you think you can put me away? That is not your decision, is it?
What makes you think Katarina would side with you, Ilario? Like, oh, she's my grandmother. Yeah, and when her son was killed, she just went, that sucks. Alright, come here. I guess I'll raise Lucanus now. When both her sons died, she just kind of shrugged.
Yeah. She's like, anyways. When all of her other grandchildren died, she was like, eh.
The only grandson she loves is Lucanus.
Honestly, yeah.
She doesn't even really like Ilario.
Yeah, from the lore, yeah. And even Lucanus, she doesn't love. She's
Also,
just,
there's an Elven Talon here, which canonically should... Like, it's canonically there's 2 Elven Talons in this game. Zephyrin had made it clear in Origins that that was never a thing. But also, you know, that I can forgive.
yeah.
Because, you know,
I mean,
it's also been, like... It's Taya.
It's Taya, and she did, like, from the extra content, like, in the books, like, it's clear why she was chosen.
Ooh, a better coat, even though we're about to get his better, armor. Oh, wait, that's a coat for me.
Hon, hon, hon.
Shall we make a discreet
Ho,
exit?
ho, ho, titty croissants.
Ho, ho, ho.
I'm ready.
You've heard that joke, right?
They're celebrating you.
French is the sexiest language, and then it's someone screaming bonjour at a penis.
Oh, yes.
Or it's like,
Screams bonjour between your legs, yeah.
Really? You came all the way back here for coffee.
Oh no, I think it's
La
like,
baguette.
Wasn't good enough.
it's like, speak French to me, speak French between my legs. That's the sexiest thing I could ever think of.
So,
Bonjour!
Talon of the Crows, huh? Does that mean you'll be leaving us?
Yup.
No. We have a contract.
This part doesn't actually line up. It's like, we have a contract. It's like, we have a contract for a crow to kill gods,
I still can't
and
believe she
Rook
did
is
that.
here.
I don't want to say that was the worst party.
I think I'd like this outfit better if it didn't have all the, like...
Probably in the bottom 10.
I'm not a big jewelry person.
Always terrible. You know that. If there's not a murder, House R&I makes a scene.
I mean, that's fair. I'm gonna be real with you. When I'm playing a crow in this game, I never change out of the starter outfit for like the chill at-home stuff because I really like the silk blue shirt.
I do too. It's one of my favorite. The Grey Warden one's okay, but it kind of looks like a hoodie.
Yeah, and the Shadow Dragon one looks like a kid's onesie.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm so mad that the Inquisitor's always wearing it.
I was surprised you spared him at all, really.
Which is funny because they like could have just put the Inquisitor in like the red formal outfit from Inquisition.
Which I love the red formal outfit. I'm one of the rare people that love it.
I think the reason they didn't is because most people don't like it.
I'm not giving that up.
It's so good. I don't understand where this hate
It's
comes
not
from.
good. Well, I understand from the concept of like specifically I feel like with the female Inquisitor, specifically a female Trevelyan, Lady Trevelyan would not be caught dead in that fucking thing at an Orlesian ball, and you know it.
I genuinely don't understand this because I would wear this. Like,
well, she's
whether I
also
was
like
presenting
everyone in
more
an
masculine
Orlesian
femme.
ball where all the fancy noble ladies are wearing like super nice dresses. You don't think Lady Trevelyan, who was raised in the nobility, would be like, "Give me a fucking dress"?
I mean, I don't know.
And remember, we are the minority of Dragon Age fans who are mask presenting. Most Dragon Age fans are femme presenting.
Yeah, though I mean, whether I'm presenting more femme or more mask, I would still be like, whatever the cut is, whether it's a femme or a mask cut, give it to me because I love that outfit so much. I would wear that outfit to any ball, straight up.
You'd wear it to any ball.
I would wear it to any ball, and then
a ball.
I would go and steal everyone's girl and romantically dip her in the middle of a waltz and whisper sweet French
wish it was
on baguette.
You know what I wish? I wish it was blue.
Interesting.
I like the alternate ones you can wear at Skyhold better. I like them a lot more.
Oh, it's
but if the formal one was blue, I'd like it better because I like blue. But also, it kind of doesn't make sense that it's red because the Inquisition's color is green.
asking that thing. It won't tell me.
It should be green.
But who wants well, I think the green is kind of it would because this cut is already very similar to like more Cossack. So I think that would get a bit spicy. If anything, I want white jacket with the silver crosses attachment thingies on the front.
He was listening to you,
I'll show you attachment thingies.
Sister.
Okay.
My only
and I'll remove them.
And just for a
from Lucanus.
He was my brother again.
Okay, please do.
Then he wasn't.
No, I'll remove the attachment thingies from Lucanus and Bambi.
I don't think I can do that.
I'm in. Fade to black, let's go.
No, I mean remove the attachment in general from the two of them, so they're not attached anymore.
When the hard choices don't hurt.
Oh no, I thought you meant the things on the front of their coats that kept them shut so that we would get a shirtless Lucanus. How could you do this to me, Cole?
Somehow.
Hey, you told me to do it. I have to do it now.
Well,
I didn't tell you. No, Cole.
What would be worse, killing Lucanus or having him dump you?
Oh, I didn't tell you. Right.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that. Yeah.
Bambi has one smidge of light so far, and well, two smidges, and that is the party and Lucanus.
So we can stop.
If Lucanus is gone, Bambi's off the deep end. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
We'll save your brother, Balara.
It's gonna be fine. Bambi will be okay. Nothing bad will happen to Bambi ever.
Anyway.
I don't believe you because every time you've said, "Oh yeah, so this episode it's gonna be quite lighthearted and fun. Like you're safe. I'm gonna focus on like someone else's trauma."
Fun for Bambi?
Yeah, it's never lighthearted and fun for Bambi. I'm having a great time, but Bambi isn't.
Bambi didn't have anything bad happen last session, except actually no, he didn't. Bambi didn't have anything bad happen to him last session.
No, but Bambi does now have the weight of that plan over him, and also the weight of being in a enclosed area with a lot of people that are specifically trying to hunt him and his organization down.
Yeah, we can't spoil that though. Safe to say, people, Bambi is with the play because it's been revealed at the end of episode 1 because you were very bad at keeping secrets.
No, everyone else just rolled better.
Which means your character's bad at keeping secrets.
Yeah.
Bambi's Crow, which is bad for Bambi in the situation that they are currently in. Okay, let's talk to Gavin.
It's bad for Bambi in most situations, let's be real here.
Let's talk to our husband. I am on to see my husband. I'm happy. I'm happy.
To see.
Evka, any word out of the deep road?
I saw someone say that the only characters they feel like would do better in the game that they get traded into Baldur's Gate versus Dragon Age is that Will would do better in Dragon Age than Davern would, but Davern would do so much better in Baldur's Gate 3. Because Davern would be so good at corralling the party versus Will would have a less chaotic party to corral.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
Who would Davern romance? Probably Karlach.
In Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah. Or maybe
yeah,
Shadowheart.
Karlach.
Shadowheart would go for him because she has a thing for Wild. Shadowheart thinks everyone in the party's hot, though.
Yeah, that's true.
The only person canonically Shadowheart doesn't call attractive is Lae'zel, and that's the one people ship her with the most.
Which is really funny.
Let's give him a few.
I do think it's funny all the Lae'zel Shadowheart shippers got their hearts crushed with the patch 8 trailer with the modern AU, and Karlach walks up and just like couple hugs with Shadowheart. I could feel the Lae'zel Shadowheart shippers just going,
After
no!
the wardens need hope.
Oh, absolutely.
Also, someone pointed out, it's like, hey, where's Gale? And then it was like, Larry into his face, like, he's at Lae'zel's house. And I'm like, oh.
Oh.
That's a ship.
I know.
And it's like, oh, of course, Larry made Will be the only one who's single.
Won't be forgotten.
But he gets scratched, so.
Let's just say the
yeah, he does get scratched. The good boy.
I kind of hate how they had Tab show up at Astarian's house. I'm like, damn it, no, stop that.
The others will be treated like respected warriors.
I did like how they just picked the most basic looking female tiefling because they were like, we know what all the Astarian shippers play.
I've never played a tiefling in D&D.
You're the minority. You're the minority, especially of Baldur's Gate 3 players.
I know, and especially just queer D&D players.
Better stock up on this.
I'm in the minority here.
I've only ever played a tiefling.
Changeling instead.
I've only played a tiefling once.
Hear that, Asan? You'll always.
I am well. It's mostly because I'm bisexual, so I play. If I play a race that is not himbo straight man coded, like Goliath or Dragonborn, I'm playing an Asamar.
We'll stay in touch.
Which is so bisexual it hurts.
Yeah, I'm usually playing a changeling or like an ASMR. So bisexual, non-binary. There we are.
I was about to say that is a non-binary like stereotype. Playing a changeling. Every player I've ever had play a changeling has been either trans or non-binary, and I'm like, you know what? Go do your thing.
It's just so good as well because it means I can, especially it's a fun thing that I'm getting to do with Bambi as well with different accents, like playing pretend of layers of the character playing other characters. I have so much fun with that.
I will say, I like Tieflings for Dragonborn. See, Dragonborn I feel like are kind of drifting into the like non-binary, NB, and bisexual people play them a lot. With half-orcs is like most players I've had at my tables who played half-orcs have been like the straightest white guys, which is hilarious.
Yeah, I think usually the straightest white guys or Aves.
Yeah. I mean, I like half-orcs a lot, but my first ever D&D character was a half-orc.
Actually, my first ever one that I played in an in-person game, it was half-orc, and I asked my DM, can I choose what the other half is? And they said yeah. So I made a concept called the Gorkin. Half-orc, half-gorgon, and was trying to find her mum.
You know what? I'm pretty sure when you said that the DM was not thinking you were going to say Gorgon and was like, oh, okay.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
See, which is why if you said that, I would say I may be not here to reclaim half-orcs for the LGBTQ plus players. Listen, we gotta let there are some really genuine straight white guys in D&D, or straight... Honestly,
yeah.
Most of the half-orc players I've had as a DM have been straight Hispanic men.
Valid.
And considering how they redesigned orcs in 2024, that honestly tracks. Which is so funny because some people were mad at first and they're like, oh, that's stereotyping, but then all a majority of the Hispanic people that I saw online and know in real life were like, fuck yeah, orcs are Hispanic! And I was like, I'm not going to take this from you guys. You guys seem to be having fun.
Yeah.
One of my friends literally pointed at the book and was like, that's just my abuela. And we pointed at the... and he's like, is these half-orcs? I'm like, nope, half-races don't exist in 2024. You can say you're a half-elf, but you'll be playing an elf.
Yeah.
I got...
Okay, hold on.
I know, I realized that one,
I got a letter from Elgar'nan.
thing with,
She asked how you're doing after your talk.
So, our friend, the amazing Cindy Salem, drew a mini comic of my guy from Call of the Coon, Bambi, with Zevran, and, like, Bambi growing up, the generational trauma. It was very good.
It was
but
good,
they
it was very good.
drew Bambi as an elf, and now I fear that we may need to do some workarounds.
Bambi's not an elf, but Cindy...
These lights.
Cindy did an assumption.
Unless the family
but also, you didn't catch it and correct them either.
I didn't.
I'm pretty good about that because there's pretty much every art Cindy's done for me, like, it's been phenomenal, but then there's something a little off, and I'm like, hey, like the first time they drew Kylan, I was like, hey, Kylan's not a human. And they were like, oh, right, half-elf. And I was like, yeah. Also, I need to send you, this is, Cindy's going to do some more Kylan art for me with his dragon in art in the style of one of these two images I just sent you. They're both from the same game franchise, but...
Oh, bet. Ooh. Oh, those will be stunning.
Yeah, that's from a game franchise I think you would really like. You've probably heard of the Nier games, like Nier Automata and stuff like that.
I'm
They're prequel series, because they're a very science fiction based game with existential storytelling. You would really like the Nier games. But they're actually... The first Nier game happened off of the joke bad ending of Drakengard 1.
She loves those things.
Which was the main character and his dragon with a big goddess they were fighting got teleported to modern day, at the time, Tokyo, and had the final boss there, and the dead bodies of the goddess and the dragon and the knight from medieval times who got shot down by jet missiles caused a disease that almost wiped out all of humanity.
Ooh.
So, and that's how the Nier games came to be. There's 3 Drakengard games. Drakengard 3 is a prequel, then Drakengard, then Drakengard 2. And they're all great.
It's more than we have.
1 and 2 are PS2 games. 3 is a PS3 game at the end of the PS3's life cycle. So graphically it looks like a PS4 game, but on a PS3 it runs like shit. It's so... And the frame rate's so bad. But the story's really good, and that's the thing.
They see you, Nev.
Is that all?
The story's very good.
Choices, Rana. We need to take the ones left.
Someone liked my comment. What comment?
What comment?
Comment I left on someone's first Berserker video.
Sure.
See, they keep having all these ladies to ship Nev with, and then she dates a man.
A man?
And canonically, she dated another man. It's like
I
Nev.
know. I fear we may need to let her boyfriend die to Aelia so that Nev can find out a bit more about herself. We'll take her to Pride.
Plot twist, Nev romances Ellie. They both change their type.
Yes. Correct.
No. Because now that we're changing the story, Ellie and Thorn may have a happy life. And that opens up Tosh for other people.
That's true.
Bambi's gonna see Tosh and go, hey.
Though Tosh is young so far. Like, after the time skip, it would be fine.
Yeah.
Venatoria gathering deep in the
Oh yeah, we
forest.
have main quest line stuff to do.
Not long till the sacrifice.
We get to see Elgar'nan today. Elgar Daddy, yay.
Elgar Daddy.
The hottest Evanurus. Because Solus is okay and Ghilan'nain is gross.
Regaining
I
strength by
will fight
training
you.
other elves.
You will
We're
lose.
supposed to be their people.
I know.
Maybe that's
But
what
I'll
it
try.
does.
That makes
You
it
trying to
worse.
fight me
Right. But that's who the gods
is
are.
in a fist fight.
Who they've always
Balara trying to fight
You know the
Iron
gods
Bull.
best, Rook. The Veil Jumpers are ready.
Ka-chow.
I'll go.
In a fist
She
fight.
deals with Venatori the most.
Yeah.
Good point.
Don't tell me I'm wrong and how that works.
We know what we have to do.
I
Let's do
fear
it.
you may be
we
wrong,
ride.
purely for the fact
pray that
of
fate is on our
it's
side.
more like Cole trying to fight Iron Bill. Iron Bill? Iron Bull.
Iron Bill. I'm just picturing Iron Bull with a big duck bill.
Duck Bill and a giant cowboy hat.
I'm the Iron Bill.
I'm the Iron Bill.
Howdy, I'm the Iron Bill.
Perfect.
Nev is required for the Blood of Arlethan. Let's bring Davrin so they can make comments about her having 2 elven slaves. Yeah, that's a good team. Could also bring Tosh, because they make Kunari comments, but I'd rather bring Davrin, because he's my husband.
Yeah. Bring the husband.
I am on to see my husband.
Husband.
I sing that every time I romance a man in an RPG.
As you should.
So much flowy hair.
They're waiting.
I know the game wants you to bring Balara here, but I'm like, I'm not bringing 2 mages. No,
They mean the clan, don't
that's
they?
a problem.
Well, the track suggests.
Which funny, when I'm playing a
objectives are on the other
warrior
side
on
of the
Nightmare,
area.
I bring 2 mages so much more often than a mage and a rogue, just because the weaken status procs so quick. And when the weaken status, I bonk. They go boom.
Yeah. Do you,
We're going to get
in
that
this
close to a
mission, do
crowd
you
of
always
Venatori.
go
It's quickest.
to
I found you some
listen in
disguises.
to that one guy that thinks he'd be besties with Rook? Because I do.
Oh, that doesn't smell good. Oh,
Maybe.
oh, it's sticky.
Not
Why
always,
is
but
it
sometimes.
sticky?
Blood.
It's just such a vibe,
Hopefully.
hearing like
Make
just
sure you're
regular
split up.
conversations
You don't
happening where
want
it's
to draw
like,
attention.
yeah, we're doing a
I
world-ending
need you
like
with me.
ritual.
You know the
Anyways,
Venatori best.
Anyways,
And you're probably the only one who can
do you think
convince me
Rook
you
would, like, team up with
Sad but
us?
That will
Do
be
you
your
think
entourage.
Rook would... I can actually
I'll
do
go
the
with
hair
the
twirl now that my
Veilguard.
hair's long enough.
We'll try
Do you
to
think
keep
Rook
the
would,
escape
like,
routes
Yeah.
clear.
wanna
Get the Dalish
ride
and
into the
get
battle
out
with
of
me?
there. And please,
ooh,
try not to stand out.
I love if you do bring Tosh on this mission. Tosh just thinks that's the funniest shit ever.
What will the others do?
Everyone else
They'll
is
be
like,
close.
whatever, that's
Safe
kind of
to
funny,
move
but
small
anyway, let's
groups.
move on. And Tosh is like, yeah! It's like, shut up, Tosh! They think it's the funniest thing.
I thought I saw someone in the trees.
You're quiet, Cass. Why are you so
Striking the Veil
quiet?
Jumpers.
Good to
I'm
know
sorry,
that
I was replying to things because I am so busy and have 20 things going on at all times.
You have 4 things
I
going
made a
on,
mistake.
ever.
I have this weekend fully booked up
Yeah.
going into next week. And then Friday we have the release of that new song.
Yeah, you and your whore books. I'm just kidding. You're like the least slutty person I know.
kill a holla.
How dare you?
We can't do anything that will draw
I
attention.
love how that's the
I-
insult.
Then heed us.
I am a whore. How dare you?
Okay, we're...
We don't have to watch this. It won't be pretty.
Yeah, I don't imagine Davrin would like to watch a Hala get bled.
No.
It's so sad for getting Balara, and she's like, can we go, please? And I'm like, oh, honey.
Oh, Balara.
Meanwhile, Davrin just gets so pissed, he's like, fucking... It's like, yes, Davrin, we get it. You like Hala. But also, that's really fucked up. No matter what animal they do it to. Also,
Yeah.
why did they think Ghilan'nain would be okay with that? There's statues of Hala everywhere in this building.
Yeah.
The fact that they were like, oh, she'll be fine with it. And it's like, will she? You guys probably would have gotten sacrificed to Lusicon anyway, even if the Dalish didn't get away, because Ghilan'nain would have found out what you did and been like, Elgar'nan? Make your dragon eat them. Why do I, sister? Because my dragon's dead.
This whole place makes my skin crawl.
Elgar'nan's one of the easiest voices to imitate. I love how they sit on dudes. It's so funny to me how they literally just sit. I know those are their slaves, but it's funny. Not that they're doing it and that they have slaves, but that they are... The imagery. Like, that's so silly looking.
It's... Yeah, the way they've designed it makes it look so silly. That for a second, like, when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I was like, oh, I see what's happening. Okay.
Keep your voice down.
What do you think Rook's like in person?
Is this elf your servant, my lady?
Dumat's teeth. Must I defend my entourage to every low-paid toady out
Not gonna lie, Davern kind of looks good in that armor.
Sorry, my lady. I was given instruction to
tell someone who gives a damn.
And out of everything.
Why am I
Hey, Davern, that armor looks pretty good on you, but it would look better on my floor. What?
gods?
Uh-huh.
But only the Lord Elgar'nan
Just like you'd
is
look
here.
better in my
He
mouth.
is
What?
still preparing.
Useless. Out of my way.
I have heard about Davern being able to magic away people's clothes. And I'm like, that's the best thing ever.
That was impressive.
I love that Davern's just like, yeah,
strength and power from
straight
someone
warrior
like
for the most
me.
part. But also, here you go.
A human mage. Show them what they expect, and you don't get questions. But as I was saying,
I would say we have 8 but we have 8 people watching too, so it's like, okay, that's fine. Oh, no tentacles. Sorry, Cass.
That's what worries me. No rules.
No Ghilan'nain
No
for you.
tentacles?
No tentacles.
Let's
No
keep
tentacles.
going.
Sad.
This starting to give me a rash.
What a shame.
Caspian.
Yes.
I think there's something wrong with you sometimes.
Why?
You like tentacles a little too much, dude.
I think the funny thing is that you were more accepting of my most foul, like, hot takes, like all of the Dead 3 at once, than you were of me saying Volo is smashable.
Yeah, I mean, his beard is awful. He has a bad beard.
Yeah, but the fact you were more accepting of me being like Merkel.
Well, it's because they have power. Volo just
promises.
He's the
survives
chosen of
through
Mystra.
sheer spite.
He's the chosen of Mystra.
One of them.
Yeah.
It's mostly Elminster. I would have been more accepting of you saying Elminster than Volo.
Nah.
What, Gandalf doesn't do it for you?
Nah, I'm not a Gandalf guy.
Well, there's an old man I know you'd smash. There's Vincent Price himself. There's Emmerich.
Emmerich's not that old though. He's in his mid.
I know, but everyone treats
That's
him like
like
he's like
dad
75 years old. Oh, hello, Lucican Smash. What?
He's beefy.
Also, Elgar'nan Smash.
Once called
Nah.
I'd smash him and his dragon. Like, he has the biggest dragon, so like.
And his wig?
It's not a wig. That was confirmed on canon because the Ask Me Anything was confirmed on canon.
Uh-huh.
Because they said some shit that the devs were like, oh, And then they didn't end up laying off the guy who said the weird shit. Laid off everyone else.
Yep.
Know this magic.
Yeah, it's been interesting seeing what's been coming out now that so many people are laid off.
Yeah, freaking.
Like the whole having the favorite child tension between the teams.
Yeah, Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Which is funny because Mass Effect has never sold as well as Dragon Age ever.
Yeah.
Like Mass Effect was always critically more successful, but Dragon Age has always sold much better. Like Dragon Age the Veilguard sold better than Mass Effect 1, 2, or Andromeda.
But we have to go
now.
And it sold as well as Mass Effect 3. But because every Dragon Age game sold better than every Mass Effect, except Dragon Age 2 did about the same numbers as Veilguard. So about on par with Mass Effect 3. Inquisition is by far Bioware's best-selling game ever. And people are like, huh, EA said that Veilguard is a flop, and I'm like, because their standards were Inquisition numbers.
Yeah.
No RPG does those numbers. You guys know that Dragon Age Inquisition in its first year almost did as well as Elden Ring did in its first year, right?
Yeah, like, they were going off of Inquisition numbers, banking on, you know, the hype from Baldur's Gate as well.
Yeah.
Like, comparing those, not the same, like...
But also, the anti-woke crowd did have a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of Gen Z men who won't play a game if it's woke, and it's like, oh, so you're just not going to play video games then. You're not going to play good video games.
Have you seen the woke list? It's insane.
Yeah, like, so many games... Doom is on there!
Stardew Valley is on there because it's anti-capitalist and you can romance the same sex.
There's so many games on that list that is so funny. I view it as a list of games to play.
Yeah.
It's so wild, the shit, like... Well, then anytime I see a clip of Asmongold fucking speak at all, I'm like, how does this man have any followers? Like, when South of Midnight came out, and he was like, if you're gonna make an action game, your main character, she better have massive tits, if she's a woman. Otherwise, no one's gonna play it. And it's like, how do you have any fans, dude?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's all the younger Gen Z douchebags.
Yeah.
And they will try to defend Baldur's Gate 3 and be like, it's not woke, it's not woke. And I'm like, no, it is. And that's why everyone likes it. And they're like, no, but it's not woke, it's not woke. And it's like, how are you going to say that Dragon Age the Veilguard is woke? And what's more woke about Veilguard than Baldur's Gate 3 and be like, oh, well, there's scenes about the non-binary character. And I'm like, okay. But you can be non-binary in Baldur's Gate 3, you know that, right? They're like, well, yeah, but it's not shoved down your throat. I'm like, it's not shoved down your throat in Veilguard either. It's a character's questline that technically you can skip if you want to. So...
Yeah.
You're just a bigot. Well, now some of the younger Gen Z guys take, like, when someone calls them a bigot, they're like, oh, that just means I'm intelligent, and it's like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah, I don't understand how anyone can play Baldur's Gate 3 and not think it's woke. Like...
And not be happy about it.
Yeah.
Now, there were some old heads who loved the first two Baldur's Gates, like, right when Baldur's Gate 3 came out, who were like, I don't like how progressive this game is. Bring back old Baldur's Gate. And it's like...
The Archdemon.
If BioWare could have gotten away with making Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 as progressive as Baldur's Gate 3 is, they fucking would have.
Yeah.
People forget that Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are BioWare.
Yeah.
I had someone say, oh man, Larian's been making great games since Baldur's Gate 1, and I was like, that's not Larian. That's BioWare.
I do find it very funny how people are like, well, since we all know there's never going to be a Dragon Age from BioWare, it would be very funny if they just swapped it over and Larian took over Dragon Age.
I'd honestly kind of rather Obsidian get it, because the last time Obsidian got a BioWare property and made a sequel out of it, they made Knights of the Old Republic 2, which is better than the first one. I think most people objectively think that KOTOR 2 is better than KOTOR 1. KOTOR 1's amazing. But Obsidian capitalized on what made KOTOR 1 good, and I think they do the same thing. Oh wait, but no, people don't like Obsidian because they're a woke company too now, because Pillars of Eternity, or not Pillars of Eternity, Avowed lets you pick your pronouns. And I literally saw people like, it was like, okay, what else in the game is woke? It's like, no, it's pretty much just that. And it's like, y'all are still fucking mad about pronoun selectors?
It's wild. Like, why? How does it affect you? Why do you care?
I just listened to one say, if the Oblivion remake has pronoun selectors, that they're going to boycott Bethesda forever. And I'm like, the Oblivion remake might not if they're trying to do a full one-to-one remake. But it also could. Who knows? It might not. Who knows? But Elder Scrolls 6 almost certainly will.
Yeah. Would you like to know the first 2 ever video games I played? Because I stopped playing video games in COVID.
Skyrim?
No. I played because my friend had a PlayStation because he got an upgrade. He delivered it into my parents' front garden while I was isolating with them during COVID. and said, "You can have this. I've left it in the garden." I was like, "Thank you. That's very, very sweet of you." And I sat down procrastinating doing my dissertation because I was in my last year of my undergrad, and I played the entirety of. I 100%ed the Spider-Man game, and I 100%ed Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Those were my first 2 ever like forays into gaming, and I got so confused and lost in Fallen Order. Like I was about to say
one of the first 2 video games you played is technically a Souls-like. Jedi Fallen Order is considered a Souls-like.
Interesting.
Because it's more like Sekiro than Dark Souls, but it is difficult on the harder difficulties. No, in your big Jess, you played on easy mode.
I didn't. I think I played on like a medium.
So you played on Jedi Knight difficulty?
I think so. Which was wild for me because we're playing, you know, my second ever video game.
Yeah, honestly, not a smart idea.
No. But I survived and I got through it and I really enjoyed it, and that's what got me into.
You'd actually probably like the first Berserker Kazan. The only problem with that is because it's a very it's a dark fantasy game, very Berserk inspired, clearly. But it is like the hardest Souls-like ever, even harder than like actual Souls games. But here's the thing, it has an easy mode. Like after you beat the first area, it asks you to play on easy or normal. And you can change to easy at any time. Easy difficulty though is like it's like on par with the difficulty of like Jedi Fallen Order on hard mode and like the easier Souls games. But it is much more forgiving. The only thing with playing on normal, or playing on easy, you can't unlock certain achievements and the true ending on easy mode. Because it's still at its core Souls-like, and they're like, we want to make accessibility, but like also, if you a bitch, you don't get the true ending. And that's the one thing that haven't gone back on, because like in the patch updates and stuff, they're like, oh yeah, well, because originally there was no way to turn it back up to normal from easy, which I have a playthrough going on easy right now, but I kind of abandoned it after I beat the game on normal and started other playthroughs on normal, because I'm like, I like normal difficulty more. But, because I like the challenge. But you can now change the difficulty back and forth at any time, instead of being locked into easy to pick easy.
I really like that, because especially the way that I like to play, like, you know, if I'm locked in, I'm happy to play normal, but if I'm, you know, playing while talking to someone or doing something else at the same time and not 100% focused, I like to make it a little bit easier for myself.
Well, it's a Souls-like, so you can't pause it anyway.
Yeah. I gotta say, like, those first 2 games, they really impacted me figuring out what I like in a video game, and that is very much, I love a narrative. Like,
you should play the God of War games.
I should, and I've played. I never got to play the whole thing because I only ever played them after a night out when I was a wee bit smashed with my friend. The Assassin's Creed, I think it's Syndicate, the London one?
The Assassin's Creed games have okay stories at best, but the God of War games have, specifically the Norse God of War games, have phenomenal stories.
Yeah.
All games should have pronouns, no, unless you're playing as a pre-established character. Leave no game safe for bigots. Fair. I was going to say, the only reason I think Oblivion might not have a pronoun selector is if they're doing a full one-to-one remake of original Oblivion, and like not changing anything, like except the graphics. Like that's the only way it won't have a pronoun selector. But sometimes they do that with remakes. Like I know Bluepoint's very big on that. They only changes they'll make is like slight quality of life changes to a game, like with Demon Souls and Shadow of the Colossus. But yeah, no. If you thought Spider-Man and Jedi Fallen Order had good stories, you really need to play God of War 2018 and Ragnarok specifically.
Yeah.
They are so like God of War Ragnarok may be my favorite video game of all time. From a narrative standpoint, and also gameplay, because it's an action game, obviously, but like, it's so good. You will never, like, anyone's like, oh, well, this action-adventure game has got a better story. And I'm like, nope. Someone said that to me when I played The Last of Us for the first time, and I was like, you think this is better than God of War? And they were like, it is. And I'm like, no, it's not. Not even close. It's not even half as good. And they're like, what? I'm like, Norse mythology plus, like, a better version of the reluctant parent trope than The Last of Us? Yeah, no. And I love The Last of Us, especially the show. But God of War did it better. But I'm a little biased because I really like Kratos. Kratos is undoubtedly my favorite video game character of all time. That's not like... That's a protagonist. Like a set protagonist character. You know what I mean? Cass. Did we lose Cass? Oh, Cass is muted. Something happened. Okay, I will wait for Cass to come back. They muted themselves. But anyway, yeah, I'm a little biased though, because God of War is that fucking good. Ooh, The Last of Us is really good too. It is. I'm just biased because I like me the Norse mythology and Greek mythology, frankly. Someone did tell me once, I was like, God of War is Greek mythology that's safe for straight people, that straight people can like without feeling gay, and I was like, you're kind of right, which sucks. The God of War is very 2010 or early mid-2000s straight edgy teenage boy energy. I mean, the new God of War games are, this is what non-toxic masculinity looks like, guys. Coming from a character who used to be the definition of toxic masculinity. Which is very true. Kratos was like the epitome of toxic masculinity in the original 3 God of War games. And then he became the not that, and became a good dad and a good man, trying to atone for his sins. Granted, some people might argue that some of the shit Kratos did doesn't deserve atonement, and those people might be right. But it's a video game, so it's fine.
Over there, that cage. I think that's where the Dalish are being held.
I saw someone did, like, at a conversation say I was a little bit hypocritical for saying Solus doesn't deserve forgiveness, but I accept Kratos' forgiveness, and I was like, you know what? That's actually a valid point. Kratos did. Well, yeah, Kratos did do much worse things than Solus, and that's not even debatable. Solus created the Veil and wanted to destroy the world by tearing it down, but Kratos did destroy a world, basically. He killed all the gods, and that destroyed the world he came from. Now, we do have hints that the people of Greece did rebuild, but, like, still. He killed all of them. The only god in the Pantheon, major god, because there's a lot of minor Greek deities Kratos didn't kill. But the only major one he didn't kill was Aphrodite, and he did something else to her. Not in a, like... Oh, not in a, like... bad way. Like, they just had sex. Consensual god sex. That is a wild sentence to say, consensual god sex. Because unlike his father, Kratos respects the word no. Unless it's someone saying, no, don't kill me, and then Kratos is like, I'm gonna. So fucked. Where do I go again? It's this way, right? Jump! Just a hop, skip, and a jump. Running around at the speed of slow. The reason I don't forgive Soul is I just like the fight option better. Shallow? Yes. Am I going to change? No. I also like the fight ending better, personally. That's just me, though. Oh, that's where I'm supposed to go. The redemption ending is good, though. I will give it that. The redemption ending is a good ending for Solus, and My first playthrough, obviously the one that you guys have seen on the YouTube channel, it was not a Soul of Velen run. It was regular ass Solus. It was regular ass. It was my Inquisitor Adar, so no Soul of Velen. And I still enjoyed it without the Soul of Velen aspect, but it is much better. The redemption ending is more fitting with the Soul of Velen, for sure.
In the back.
Thank you, Davin. Who's shooting at me? Wonder where Ken's stay. I don't. It doesn't matter. I'm playing my game. I'm shooting people in the face.
That way. Through the gate.
Over the river and through the gate.
Hello.
You're back!
I'm back.
You did a disappearing act on me.
Shut tight.
I said I would be right back.
I didn't hear you. I was talking.
Well, whose fault is that then?
Mine for being a fucking yappy boy.
Nah, that's literally what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it's my job.
Yeah.
We were talking about how someone called me hypocrite in a conversation because I don't ever forgive Solus for the things he's done. But I'm willing to accept Kratos' redemption, and Kratos has done objectively far worse things than Solus. Kratos killed every deity in the Greek pantheon and then destroyed all of Greece and then just went, nah, I'm gonna go to Norseland now. But then he became a real good person and he's not even the god of war anymore, he's the god of hope. But also I understand, like, that on paper I should then be willing to forgive Solus, but also Solus is a twat.
I wouldn't forgive Solus anything. That guy could blink at me wrong and I would be like, death.
But it was also like, objectively, Solus, but also Kratos, on one hand you could say Kratos didn't destroy the whole world, he just destroyed the Greek pantheon area of the God of War universe's world. Like, every other area was fine, and even then we've seen, like, evidence in, like, some, like, little quick things of the Greeks rebuilding after, you know, Kratos did his I'ma kill Zeus and Poseidon in the 80s and ruin the world thing. And the only god he didn't kill was Aphrodite, and he did something very different to her.
Oh no.
Oh no, he didn't, like, SA or anything, they just fucked.
Oh.
Consensual god sex.
Excellent, we love consensual.
In fact, she was kind of pushy, honestly. She was like, Kratos, fuck me. And he's like, I got shit to do. And she's like, but fuck me first. And he was like, alright. And then there's a minigame.
Oh my god.
There's a quick time event for fucking Aphrodite. They don't show it. But they show the... But there is a quick time event for banging Aphrodite in God of War 3.
He really said, I've got to do this for the greatest good. He said, I'm the greatest good you're ever gonna get. And he said, bad.
Yeah, but in the 2018 in Ragnarok, they were like, yeah, it's a different time. We're not doing that in the game this time. And some people actually got mad that there is no sex minigame in God of War 2018. You know, the game that's about a father and his son, and a man who's trying to change and become a good father.
Yeah. Huh.
While also being a god.
Yeah.
Still no luck.
But it's a very good game. But also, Kratos didn't kill everyone. Solus's plan to bring down the Veil might have killed way more people than Kratos did.
How's that?
Yeah. Like, he himself says tens of thousands, and you can up that because it's... let's be real.
Well, that's why in Call of Duty he's like hundreds of thousands, and y'all are like, oh, that's more. I think I see a look on your face, like, or not your face specifically, but I think it was Gabby's face was like, oh, that's more people.
Mm-hmm.
Tens of thousands? No. Thousands of thousands. That's millions, exactly. Oh, shit. You can't reach me, I'm up here. I'm standing here. Get it, Davrin. And then you can't hit me up here. Oh my god, I think I am actually gonna cheese this fight because of this. No, I need to jump down. Because I need to do this. I'm having to do that. So I can go... Baba Booey! I don't know why I said Baba Booey there. Please forgive me.
Baba.
Kaz, I would forgive you if you said something really embarrassing live on stream. You know, like you've never ever done before in your life.
I've never, ever. I'm just a guy. I've never said anything embarrassing in my life.
You are the epitome of said something embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff that I was recording today, I filmed myself for it so that we could have like some behind the scenes stuff, and I just sent like a 1-minute compilation of bloopers to the creator being like, this is what you get. You can see my declining mental state as I get further into it.
Here you go, Arwen. Enjoy me being awful and, well, also being amazing, but also being awful.
Oh yeah, it quickly just devolved into like, here's the vague semblance of the tune to
That's a South Park reference.
I was discussing with Age today the concept of yeehaw versus yee-yee.
Yee-yee is what rednecks say.
Yes.
Yeehaw can be used by anybody, and is mostly used ironically in the modern times of the South.
I do enjoy, although I'm not in the South or from the South, I do enjoy a good yee, and dare I say, ha.
You're even from the north where you live.
I'm from the north where everyone lives, honestly.
You're from the Highlands.
Well, look at that.
I'm from the islands. I'm even further north than the Highlands.
Oh my god, you're further north than the Highlands?
Yeah, I'm
but
in the
they're
northern
high in the sky. They can go twice as high.
I am in the clouds. I am Aeolus. I am the wind itself.
Why is Tosh picking the lock when Lucanus is right there?
Oh no, it's Origins all over again with Zevran not being able to pick a lock.
I still think it's funny how there's not really any respec tokens in Origins, so you're just kind of fucking stuck with Zevran not being good at picking locks, or you have to like waste allocation resources on making him good at it. Which is a waste of fucking time. So it's like,
when it's literally one of the things that he's like, you should save me
I can pick locks, and it's like, no, you can't.
No,
That's
you
why
can't.
we bring Liliana everywhere, because she can actually pick locks.
Yeah.
Because Liliana's, you know, not useless. Okay, Zevran's useful in combat. He's actually very good at fighting.
Zevran is my
No,
baby
it's
girl. I will not hear a bad word about him.
You've yeed your last ha!
Wait, this feels off.
This is actually a good place. We're gonna take a break, guys. I will be right back. I'm gonna tell Eileen night-night and try to help calm her down because she's screaming. We will be right back, so don't go anywhere and enjoy the dulcet tones of the Be Right Back music. We'll be right back. We have returned, people of the interwebs.
Wrong in all sorts of ways.
And everything's green. Oh no, are we playing Inquisition? I don't want to play that game. I mean, I like Inquisition, but like, I'm playing a better game right now.
Come on. We need
Right,
to find a
Cass.
path through. We still need to think of the Danish.
Yes. We playing Veilguard.
That is what you're after.
Creepy statues that have been in since Origins, and we still don't know what they are. What if that's what the Executors look like? Also, I can't confirm there will be no fucking Executors in my D&D campaign stuff. Because they are dumb.
Okay.
And they also take away the agency of several of the villains, and I don't like it.
The longer we stay here, the more danger.
Valid.
We're just gonna have to deal with the Evanuris. And hey, I haven't confirmed how many of them are dead or not yet.
That's true. You've confirmed certain specific ones.
Yeah,
You haven't
because I was like,
said-
man, that would be a tough boss fight.
Yep.
You know, the most dangerous Evanuris, Valondine.
Yep.
Come on.
You are nothing but an insect.
And now I have to let Solus help me. Oh,
I have an eternity to spare.
I'm gonna fight you. Don't you tentacle me. I'm not Cass. I do not consent to tentacles. I know Caspian consents to tentacles, but I do not. So if your partner walked in with like a tentacle, he's like, hey, I can make this work. Would you do it?
No. I'm gonna be so real. Most of what I say, I don't mean. Let's be real here.
I'm aware. But the audience now knows that you are a filthy coward.
Do we know the Danish are still
That is correct. I am.
One thing at a time.
Cass, it's like, yes, Cole, I am very afraid of everything.
Yep. That is true. I am. I'm just a baby.
Cass, by the way, did you hear? There's a bee in your room, but you can't see it. It's an invisible, it's an invisible bee.
Can you hear me?
Solus?
You know it's not true, but part of you in your mind is kind of a little scared of it now.
Something's wrong.
I've never been afraid of bees. I don't
Fine,
like
a
bees.
spider.
You are correct.
I'll accept this.
Magic has thinned
Could be a wasp. Could be
Allow
worse.
me to speak to you directly.
That's true.
Did anyone else hear that?
I heard him again. Tell me one of you heard that.
Not me. That's your special gift.
Oh, yeah, it's a great
Time for
gift.
explanation.
Being able to talk to Solus in my head sounds great. And you know what? I've kind of given that to Mira.
What do you mean?
Yep.
To be fair, I'm not going to spoil what happens there, but he does something else to Mira. He's a lot more ruthless. Which I felt like he should have been.
Yeah.
Oh, Solus is the definition. I thought in my head of a, like, because I do Epic the Musical, like, little thoughts for, like, my homebrew world all the time. But I had one of ruthlessness with Elgar'nan being Poseidon and Solus being Odysseus. You are far too nice, mercy has a price.
Ooh,
It's like,
yeah.
ruthlessness is mercy. And Solus can never be that ruthless. So it's like, that song actually fits perfectly for those two motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
But also, I've done so many songs in my head with Would You Fall in Love With Me with Ghilan'nain and his wife in the later books, which I know you've read. You've read the chapters I sent you of my first book, right, Cass? Or
Yes,
supposed
I
to?
have.
Yeah, with all the trauma. Yeah, so Ghilan'nain has something that makes Would You Fall in Love With Me a fitting song with him and his future wife in the books. So look forward to that.
Ooh, excellent. Yes.
Many years later. If you're insulted to gift, I'd like to know where they're taking gift returns. There. No, like, so I've done that with Kyla and stuff in my head. I also was thinking about it, because I know Cindy's told you a bit about Amaryllis for Gloomy Wildfire, right? I was thinking about one, like, because there is... Cindy's never going to watch this, so I can say this. There's the possibility of Amaryllis' wife maybe somehow getting resurrected.
Ooh, okay.
And you can't tell Cindy that. And in my head today, I was just like cleaning, doing chores while I was listening to music, and that song came on, and I came up with an entire music video of Amaryllis and his wife with "Would You Fall in Love with Me Again?" And I was like, "Oh, this fits way too well." No.
Cole, I have to pop off because some things are going down.
Bad things?
Not great.
In communities I'm aware of?
Not communities you're directly in.
Uh-oh.
But I need
doing
to
bad
pop off.
things?
I think we're through.
Message me, and if you
I will.
Where you need to be.
But anyways, guys, yes, Cass is gonna pop off. Cass has things to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm not in
people
trouble,
to
am
wrangle,
I?
Things to do.
I'm not in trouble, am I?
Okay. No, you're not in trouble.
Right,
It was
say bye to
lovely
everyone,
hanging out
Cass.
with you. Goodbye, everyone.
And there. The Dalish.
And everyone is not going to say bye to you because they don't ever.
Yes.
But anyway,
Goodbye.
you do your thing, and I will see you later.
Yes.
Have a good rest of your night. I hope everything is not too bad. Message me, I want the tea.
Slow. A monster, not a mastermind. You used to
And
be a
Cass
champion.
is gone, so I can actually... Give me a sec, folks. Hold on. Let me pop off. And let me... I'm just messaging because if I can have the tea, please spill. Because, you know, tea is always kind of fun. What am I doing? Why am I not here? Okay, here we go. I'm back, everybody! And remember, if you haven't already and you've been watching this long, you clearly enjoy my content at least a little bit. Go ahead and throw a like on the video. Maybe even subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, which I'm pretty sure most of you watching probably already are. I don't get non-subscribers on my streams very often. Especially playing Dragon Age the Veilguard.
As much as freedom is beyond yours.
Woo! They're being sassy.
What? Were you talking to me? Sorry, they're very loud.
Yes, they are. You're dead. And dead. Whoop. Okay. I have 3 heals. You cannot fail Elgar'nan. Whoop.
Rule this world, and you will be its attack dog. You will burn this world at its command, as Andrul did in yours. You will leave only ruin behind you. This world is ruined already.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of got a point, Solus. Even you would consider the world destroyed.
You have the strength to repair the damage without you.
Yeah, but Solus...
Save your games for the mortals, Dread Wolf. The blight is my...
Which is wild that he knows what...
Your tricks to get me to lay it down.
Whoopah! Can y'all attack? I'm gonna snipe from behind this pillar here.
I'm ready.
Get it. Can y'all make it go boom?
I caught my breath.
Oh, that hit me. Get it, got it, good. Got him. Woo, he's dead. Nice move, Rook.
Made it through that one.
Honestly, y'all get a double dose of Dragon Age from me today. Also, if you haven't, Hank, I would check out the Dragon Age TTRPG we got on the channel. It takes place after Inquisition, before Veilguard, and might even change the timeline.
Time to get out of here.
So,
I can guide you to one of my
check
old
that
hideouts.
out.
You can use it to make your escape. The wards still in place there will shield you all from Elgar'nan's sight.
Solus, thank you.
Solus, thank you, whatever.
Let's go! Let's go! Run! Run!
That dragon's fucking huge and I love it. I love big fucking dragons.
Being a Venatori. It was their duty to secure the sacrifices. It was their duty to ensure the ritual went perfectly.
And they did not.
But despite all their efforts, Elgar'nan was disappointed.
So I've also got my new mug that I filled with an entire bottle of mead, and it's almost empty.
The cult would give anything to atone. Anything.
And they got eaten. Yeah.
It really is tough being a Venatori.
Those little people to that dragon, though, are like an M&M. Oh, Eileen's upset.
We'd lost all hope, and then...
And then you swooped in out of nowhere to save us.
He would have killed us to feed his dragon.
Indeed. Masaranas, Lethalin.
I don't know what that means. I'm a city elf. We're gonna say we barely made it. Sorry, my daughter's crying. I feel bad. I think she fell down.
Too close.
Too
Was it
close.
luck or skill? Celebrate the victories as they come. They're rare enough.
And tomorrow, we'll have to deal with another archdemon.
And it will have regained its strength. Elgar'nan sacrificed his own Venatori to it. A punishment for their failures. The Venatori who escaped scurried back to Deventer.
Oh, they did?
The Veil Jumpers will fight our own battles against the gods. Any help you can offer would be appreciated.
Hell yeah. We've also got other things to worry about, so we can't just help you guys. We got another mission in this. Hey, y'all this thing. More Dragon Age? More Dragon Age? Double Dragon Age Day. Woo! I was gonna play Baldur's Gate 3 Patch 8 today, but I was like, you know what? I haven't played Dragon Age for these guys in a while. It wouldn't have been Ivar, our
check in with Solus.
character we've been playing. It would have been a completely different character, so would have been a new character, which would have been fun. Let's go around and see what everyone's bantering about first. What you guys talking about? What y'all talking about?
Thanks for getting Elgar'nan out of our heads when he was doing his ritual.
Oh.
Wouldn't have without Balara. I've encountered my share of blood magic, but Elgar'nan, never seen power like that.
Huh. Let me know if you need my blood to counter it.
Oh.
What? No.
I've got dragon blood. Heard it was stronger. Might help your spells or something.
It is stronger.
I don't do blood magic. Ever. And you shouldn't offer your blood to anyone.
I've never heard this banter.
Alright, just trying to help.
Huh. I do like that banter. I need to, like, my future playthroughs of this game, I really need to change up who I bring with me. Because I tend to bring the same pairs a lot. Maybe I'll do another normal difficulty run so it doesn't really matter who I bring with me.
Elves came from spirits.
Oh, I've heard this one a million times.
Incredible revelation of what happened thousands of years ago.
Wow!
I asked Davern
Crazy!
and he just shrugged.
That's my husband you're talking about.
Huh. He would.
Hey, don't shit talk my husband. That's my husband and I love him. I can't even talk to him. You know what? I can't talk to him, but I can at least run up and I'm going to imagine Rook giving him a nice smooch. Hello, husband. Smooch.
He got his archdemon back.
Smooch. I have to go talk to Solus. Ugh. I don't want to talk to Solus. He's up.
Dalish prisoners escaped safely?
Sure, you don't care.
Away free and clear.
You don't give a shit.
Good. I do not know how you have found your dealings with the Dalish. Whatever my frustrations with them, it was a privilege to be able to help our people again.
Our people.
Thank you for allowing me to help.
You're only calling it that because you're trying to butter me up, bitch.
It's a reminder of simpler times.
You and Elgar'nan were really tearing into one another back there.
I needed to goad him to anger in order to distract him.
But you just wanted to. You just wanted to talk shit.
While all of the Evanuris were monsters in their own ways, Elgar'nan was the worst.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Or perhaps it is more honest to say that his were the faults I found most objectionable. You have met him now. Heard his voice hammering at the doors of your mind. And you have met me. Can you see how he and I might frustrate one another?
You're like angry brothers. I love this dialogue.
The way the two of you argued, it didn't feel like enemies. It felt like family.
How so?
He did not like that.
And that can be good or bad.
I had not thought of it that way. But yes, we had centuries to stoke the fires of our hatred.
And you did.
I saw his rise to tyranny coming, and could not stop it. And he saw me disrupt his plans for dominion time and time again.
All right. I can see how you and Elgar'nan would hate each other.
He has always been what I most feared becoming. Callous and uncaring, his arrogance unchecked. To have that much power and no one to remind him that he could be wrong.
Well, he had you.
And I suppose I had you.
You had the Inquisitor first.
You said you found the Dalish frustrating. Why is that?
It is unfair to them. I lived for thousands of years, and after I imprisoned the Evanuris, I slept.
We get it, you're old!
I awoke in a world that had forgotten.
You're an old bitch.
Almost entirely. And those who tried to remember Elven history, like the Dalish, had gotten so much wrong.
Like worshipping the god you hate more than all the other gods.
I suspect them calling Elgar'nan and Ghilan'nain and all the rest gods didn't go over well with you.
Indeed. To see that the history the Dalish worked so hard to preserve was the propaganda of tyrants was...
Propaganda?
Vexing.
I'll give you a propaganda.
To one clan, when I convinced them that I was truly Fen'Harel.
No, my propagandas are only saved for,
I hid my explanations behind the facade of having witnessed events in the Fade.
And the Fade is the realm of dreams.
I would just want to grab a sword. I like my swords.
Yes. The Dalish had no reason to believe me. I could only watch as they continued to worship Elgar'nan. Though we may have
that would
seen
annoy
the
me.
last of that tradition, at least.
You did want me to goad him.
Last time I got his attention, he got angry enough to come after us with the Blighted Dragons. Hopefully this baits him into a mistake we can use against him.
Hopefully.
Every act of resistance is a thorn in his
Why am I acting like I don't know? I've beaten this game. This is...
When we first met,
this was technically the second playthrough I started.
Disrupted my plans.
But I've already beaten the game 3 times now.
I gave you information to oppose Elgar'nan out of necessity. But I expected you to be nothing more than a tool.
You're a tool.
With your team. I was wrong.
What? That had to be hard to say.
I appreciate you saying that. Couldn't have been easy.
The only thing worse than being wrong is realizing...
Valerius is going to feel weird about Solus, I think.
Elgar'nan's pride is no greater than mine. But he denies any failure on his part.
True.
And I at least try to acknowledge my mistakes.
Try being the key word there.
You. And you listen to them.
You don't actually make up for your mistakes, you just pretend to.
It took me centuries to build such a bond during my rebellion. And when I served the...
Why would it take you centuries to make friends?
Entanglements.
Why would it take you centuries to make friends? Oh, wait, because you're you.
Except for Inquisitor Llewellyn.
I said that I resolved to do so. Not that I succeeded.
Fuck. We have
she was a good woman. Growing close to her was selfish of me.
I'm torn, guys. We have a Soul of Ellen.
Some of them
am I gonna do the fight ending or Soul of Ellen?
Thank you for sharing that. So what comes next? What are the gods going to do?
Elgar'nan and Ghilan'nain are preparing the dagger they will use for their ritual to pierce the veil. Elgar'nan's power is tied to light and darkness.
I'm torn
He will
now.
need to perform a
I've been
ritual
planning on
during
doing the
the
fight
next
ending,
eclipse.
but I've seen all of
Time
them.
to prepare.
But
It is likely to be your last chance to do so. You must be ready for whatever comes, for this world and for the team that trusts you. I know that you will do everything in your power not to fail them.
I mean, I'm gonna do my fucking best. I don't know how well I'm gonna do, but
So now Elgar'nan's recovered his own archdemon.
Yep.
And the gods only need an eclipse to complete their dagger.
We saved the Dalish, though. That's important.
But now Elgar'nan's immortal, so long as his archdemon lives.
And we all know how hard those things are to kill.
We killed Razikale, didn't we?
funny how nobody's looking at Eric.
Wardens. And it took a centuries-old trap to do it. We don't have either of those. Not anymore.
Imagine it being a half elf with
Just when you
one
think
pointed
the
ear,
tide's in
one
your
not.
favor,
That'd
it
be wild.
turns right back.
Job's still the same, guys.
The odds on this were never good. But we've already beaten them once. We have a job to finish. And 2 gods to kill. We don't get to wallow and whine. Because no one else is taking this fight.
Nice speech, Rook. But it's hard to complete a contract if you don't know where the target is.
We found the gods before.
Not without help, we didn't.
So we get help again. We've got allies everywhere now.
True. Veil jumpers?
Did the Veil Jumpers find any traces of where Elgar'nan and his archdemon went?
No. Venatori started swarming the area right after we left, and they had to leave.
The crows may have something.
Really?
The Antam are moving large quantities of supplies out of the city. Weapons, armor, gatlock. And food. About half are remaining provisions. Enough to feed the Antam navy.
Given the timing, it seems unlikely to be a coincidence.
Wherever those supplies are headed, that's likely where we'll find the gods.
Probably.
Any more details from the crows, Lucanus?
They said the Antam have long work ahead. We have time. Also, Biago would like a meeting. At your earliest convenience. From him, that means important, but not yet urgent.
So we have options. We have things we can do.
For what we do next. Figuring out where the Antam are taking those supplies should put us on the gods' trail.
Not to complicate things, but the Inquisitor also...
I know.
Right.
Ooh, that's why I get to
Everything
make a
she's been doing
decision.
in the south, we owe her an update.
I'll let her know.
We survived again. Hooray!
Despite the odds, we've survived. We made a habit of it. Take some time. Rest. Be ready to go. Next time the gods appear, let's make sure it's the last.
Let's go, people! I'm more tired than I would usually be at this point. It's probably because I've been drinking. Hossberg Wiglands. Some more Grey Warden stuff. We're gonna change our clothes real bit. Does everyone have a conversation where everyone's got something for me? Okay. We're gonna talk to everybody. We're gonna change our clothes. I'm sick of this outfit. I don't like this outfit very much at all. No, not armor. Basic crow outfit is better. Sorry, guys. Shouldn't be on it like that. Got taquitos. Taquitos are good. I do enjoy them. Alright, Emmerich, talk to me. Talk to me, old man.
Mana, hello. I assume Vorgoth's not far.
We have her, Rook. We have her. We know exactly what she's planning.
Do we?
The professor asked us to research the artifact that came into the possession of Johanna Hezenkos.
She carries a gloaming lantern.
Ah, Vorgoth.
That bad as it sounds?
They were fashioned in ages past
I'd enter the
by
void.
unscrupulous
I'd fuck Vorgoth.
necromancers. The lanterns steal and concentrate
And Myrna,
life.
too, frankly. And Emmerich.
Johanna
All of them are on watch.
used it to leech life
Not,
from hundreds at a
not
time.
Manfred, though.
An
Manfred is
endless
Sweet
source of
BB.
power.
Sweet BB.
Sounds overcomplicated and like it could blow up in her face.
Oh, there's nothing Johanna will not risk for her ambitions. But we found her.
She has returned to Blackthorn Manor.
Hezenkos intends to hold a soiree.
A party!
That can't be her whole plan.
No,
Vorgoth's daddy.
but I
True.
propose a small group infiltrate Johanna's lair while she's distracted and destroy her lantern.
You got it.
Let's do it.
Vorgoth and I
I'll
must
bring
return
Emmerich
to
and
the
Davrin.
metropolis.
I'll bring my two daddies.
If only we could make Johanna see reason.
We'll bring my two
Tried
daddies.
before. She seems stubborn.
Perhaps
We
that's why
probably
she
won't get in
eternity
anyone's personal quest
while I
today.
quake on the threshold. If I make my own bid for Lichdom.
You're probably not this run.
Oh, it's no use pretending this hasn't stirred up that old dread of my own mortality.
Yeah, maybe that's healthy. Being afraid of death is kind of healthy.
Having a normal reaction to facing danger every other day.
No, it shouldn't be this crushing, this prevalent. No. Johanna was never beset by these sort of fears.
And she's a crazy
Little
person.
fear's healthy.
Yeah.
You'll feel better once we crash her lair and destroy that lantern. Promise.
So, I'm playing around with the other voices a little bit. No hate to the voice actor. I don't like the other masculine voice. It's too high-pitched. Even the lower register of it is, like, crazy high-pitched. And I was like, I don't like this. But then someone pointed out, it's probably for more people who don't present masculine or feminine, but want a slightly more masculine voice. And this Rook voice is too masculine. And I was like, you know what? That's fair. I'm glad that they have 4 voice options.
Hey. I
Technically 8.
got word
Because
from
of
my
the
mother.
different pitches.
She wants to talk.
Have you talked with her since?
Nope. Not since I told her I was non-binary. But her
That
note
is
said
me.
she
Bone
wanted to
Daddy,
talk about
Demon
that
Daddy,
tablet we
Griffin Daddy.
found, the old Kunari one. Of course that's what she wants to talk about. We can go whenever you're good.
I'll let you know.
And then, you know what? There's no one in the Age the Veilguard except for Nev. Nev is the only one of the party members I think I would call mommy. Harding and Balara? No, Tasha's not binary, so they're not mommy. But all the guys, I don't think I'd call Lucanus daddy.
Oh, that's not
He's
good.
too little.
Not even a little bit. Rook, we have to go. We might already be too late.
Slow down. What's happening?
So this isn't even my go-to for the voices. I usually do this voice, but with the lower register, the pitch down, because I have a deeper voice than this.
Arlathan big, maybe.
You sure?
Completely. Nothing else explains that resonance.
To Arlathan.
We really like going towards the bad thing instead of away from it.
That's our job, Rook.
It's not time for jokes, Rook.
It's always time for jokes, Balara!
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, but it's bad.
Okay, not always,
So let's go
but
stop them then.
right now it's
Right.
because we're not doing the
Let's
bad
hope we
things
aren't
yet,
very far along.
and the sad things haven't happened.
Chance?
These rituals need an anchor with a physical body, so not a spirit or whatever Anaris is, which means Syrian. And there's only one way to free an anchor.
Then let's not waste any time.
Yeah, let's try and stop him, but we all know it's not gonna. Even before like meeting the first, I was like, ain't no fucking way we're stopping that. Harding just has a conversation for us, so and we've already done Lucanus's quest, and he doesn't have a convo for us. So let's talk to Nev, and then talk to
Rook,
Daddy
I think I have the
Davrin.
last reports from an informant. You remember our talk with Rana?
And since we're coming towards
She
the
had
end of
a
the
lead
stream,
on
guys, if you've watched it this long,
a place called
probably like the
Sanctum
video.
Lusican.
So you should maybe
lost to Vince
click the like button.
Does
And
this
remember,
mean
if
no?
you're subscribed and you haven't
I'm
rung
pretty
the
damn
bell,
sure.
please ring the bell so you know when I upload a video. Because there's so many people who are subscribed that don't ring the bell and they don't know that I uploaded a video. Let's get her.
Idiot can't hide.
This outfit looks good on our Rook.
Maybe, but getting to her won't be easy.
So where is this place?
You negative Nancy.
In Ratha's
I guess
catacombs,
negative Nev.
an
It's
underground
fine.
temple to the god of night.
God, Nev's pretty.
It was sealed off and forgotten under a derelict building.
That's why whenever the right-wing dude was like, there's not a conventionally attractive woman in Dragon Age the Veilguard, I was like,
they span the city, endless twists.
Nev's right here.
It's too much to speak.
Balara's right here.
Thanks to Rana's information, I was able to...
And then it was like, oh wait, they want a white woman.
Now we've got to
Which explains why Harding is one of the more romance characters in the game. Nev is still the most romanced, which makes sense. The most conventionally attractive woman is always going to be the most romanced character in RPG. Shadowheart, Nev.
Alia's gonna have a bad day.
Fingers crossed. Ducktown's on edge. People are missing.
Oh no!
The Threads are putting up a fight against Alia's followers, but they can't last forever.
Yeah,
Alia's
probably
a
not.
powerful blood mage now. If I let her finish the ritual, no more chances.
If you let her finish the ritual, we're fucked.
So, what's our next move?
Meet at the Swan. Put the last pieces in place after that. We'll see.
I will say, I love Baldur's Gate 3 way more than this game, but I was actually just thinking about combat-wise. As an actual, like, video game, like the video game part where you do the gameplay, Dragon Age Veilguard is much better to me because I like action games better than turn-based. But I think in pretty much everything else, Baldur's Gate 3 is better, with the exception of the main plot, like the actual like main story. Dragon Age Veilguard is better, but Baldur's Gate 3 does a much better job with the character arcs, in my opinion. Veilguard doesn't do a bad job, but Baldur's Gate 3 just does better. Baldur's Gate 3 has a great main plot, but fumbles Act 3. Dragon Age Veilguard has a great main plot, and Act 3 is the best part.
Then we've got to get to Lavendel.
Agreed. Thanks.
Also, the beginning of Dragon Age Veilguard is so good. Dragon Age has always been really good at openings, though. Dragon Age Origins, all of the origins are good. Dragon Age 2, the opening is intense. Dragon Age Inquisition's opening is honestly arguably the best part of the game, which is sad. And Veilguard's opening is so good. Ending-wise, Origins and Veilguard have the best ends, and like Act 3s. Oh, look at the pretty wisps who've turned into butterflies. Got a conversation for me, girly pop?
Hey, what's shaping?
I should play a dwarf rook.
What's shaping anymore?
I thought it was a dwarf thing.
Yeah, if you lived in Orzammar 20 years ago.
Wow, just trying to be nice.
Because they said what's shaping in Origins.
Sass.
Aw, well, I appreciate it. And I'm...
Harding reminds me of my friend Dove.
I think I just need some time to think and sort things out.
Aw, I made myself sad. My friend Dove had some terrible things happen to her recently, and she's very similar to Harding in a lot of ways.
It'd be kind of surprising if you didn't.
I still remember every moment of it. Suffocating under the weight of the Titan's pain.
That doesn't sound good.
I couldn't see a way past it. And all I wanted was for the rest of the world to suffer too. And then everyone was there. And that's when I knew we'd be okay.
Dwarf Warden is my canon
That
rook. And I love it so much. It fits for the Harding romance.
That I'd be okay.
See, in my canon rook, so like, obviously the one that's a playthrough on my channel is canon to the TTRPG universe that I'm running in, like, Dragon Age Call of the Cune. So, Kunari Grey Warden Warrior is real good.
I know you would have done the same.
I'm like an Antivan Crow. I think this might be my third favorite origin, because Shadow Dragon is better, so far at least.
Lace.
Shadow Dragon is really good.
And yes, if you ever
But
need me like I need
Grey
you,
Warden is the best origin in
I
this
will
game,
be
period.
there.
The best
That
faction,
is my promise to you.
Grey Warden, period. No one can convince me otherwise.
You know,
The worst
I
one's
think about
fucking
Solus
Lord of
sometimes.
Fortune.
He's been trapped by his mistakes for eons.
Yeah, he is.
When you're blinded by sorrow and pain, you need someone to help you past it. But he's too proud for that. He believes he's alone, even when he doesn't have to be.
He's dangerous.
You can't trust Solus. He manipulates people.
Do be
But
what he
isn't
do.
that itself sad? We go to him with open hands, and all he can think about is how to use us. How lonely must that be?
He's planning to kill thousands. He's beyond help, Harding.
Kind of agree with
took this
Rook.
path because he thinks he has no choice.
If I were Rook, Solus would not get a happy ending for himself.
For them. She could save him if he would just let her. No one's beyond help, Rook. No one. I have to believe it. Or none of this matters.
That's fair. But I'm still not trusting Solus. Sorry, Harding. Okay, do I have any quests that are not with companions? Oh, everyone has points. Bellara. Weakened effectiveness. And healing bonus. That's pretty nice. Davrin! I already maxed that one out. Party almost maxed this one out, so we might as well. Enhanced damage. Bleeding and burning, that seems more important. Detonation, you can rally party. One back to 50% of the chance to go to. Yeah. Harding. Shrapnel. Critically, this build is cooldown duration. Let's just upgrade this. Lucanis. Lucanis. Sundered effectiveness. Yeah, I like effectiveness over duration. For you, my dear, we have a lot to upgrade on you still. Ice cold. And critical shot. Tosh is still like way low on the totem pole. I need to fix that. I need to take Tosh on more side quests. I need to take Tosh. They need to be out and about more. I'm doing a bad job of that. What kind of quests do I got today? Let's see. Meet with the Inquisitor. We got all of this side quests. Let's go do this Something's Coming in Hosberg. And we are going to bring Davrin. And you know what? Let's double warrior. Let's bring our muscle folk. Sorry guys, checking something real quick. Yeah. We're gonna bring our muscle folk. We're not doing Davrin's quest yet. That'll be for next stream. We're doing Davrin's quest first next stream though. What's up, Antoine?
Hey, Antoine. Evka.
I can still hear it. Though it is giving me
See, that's the thing, right? Like,
please be careful.
Because Tosh and Davrin fill the same role, every playthrough one of them ends up more used than the other.
What?
And I like Davrin more than Tosh as a character, but I still love Tosh.
Our study of the new blight continues.
Oh, there's the guy we need to talk to with Davrin's quest.
We think it changed more than they realized, or altered itself after.
It's answering to something other than gods.
That's not ominous at all.
You sure you're not underselling the scariness there?
I don't know. We could try again.
No, we're good.
And give Rook nightmares?
So what's the blight answering to?
Remember the strange call?
The Grey Warden's also the best looking armor in this game.
It was here, in the wetlands.
The wetlands?
The source is out a ways, towards the redoubt.
I can tell it's something large, rooted. A construct
Yeah.
of the blight itself. An eruption controlling the rest.
Oh, lovely.
What that could mean. Everything that calls the blight impacts the world.
I do also wish Tosh had a big two-handed weapon.
Gods.
The twin axes is cool for the berserker vibes, though.
If the eruption
If it's
caused
Tosh.
the blight, then it could mess with us too.
Though, then if Tosh was just a big two-handed weapon warrior, they'd just be kind of a copy of Iron Bull. A lot of ways.
Should you have told me about all this? About the calling?
First Warden would have said no.
You're our friend. You chase archdemons and fight the blight. It seems fair you know what this means.
Mm-hmm.
Antoine, you hear stuff in the blight more than some of the others. Are you?
More than all of
Yes, a little sensitive, but it's not calling to me. Not yet. Like everyone else, I'll know when that changes.
I'm here to help.
So how do I help?
Figured you'd be in. Remember those samples you found when we first arrived? Based on our studies, Antoine made an alchemical flame. It's impressive. It should destroy the eruption.
Theoretically. At least the last batch was stable. Mostly.
But if the eruption's controlling the blight and it gets attacked, then the blight around Lavendel might respond.
Yes, its roots are everywhere and spreading. I can feel them.
These people can't lose their blight experts. I can go after the eruption.
While we guard against nasty side effects here.
Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Yeah.
As safe as you can.
I've no
problem.
fear when FK's at my back.
You've always got me.
The blight poisons so much. Water, plants, animals, people. Some would call the wetlands dead already. But they're not. It's not too late. Whatever the eruption means for the Wardens, we can leave this place better. It's what we're supposed to do.
We'll take our stand in the sheltered glade. Meet us there when you're done.
Okay. Let's go do the thing. Destroy the blight eruption. We're gonna fast travel. Let's go, team. Fast travel and kick some butt.
On your guard.
Already gotta fight Darkspawn. This is why I brought both of you. Oh, but they can't detonate each other.
How's it like that?
Oh, I need him to apply overwhelm first.
Happy to help.
Yay. One Herlock? Really? Got you. Hey, both of y'all fight him. Woohoo! Nice. Can you do that, Tosh? And I do that. And then Davern do that! Honestly, this is not bad combos either.
We're clear.
I kind of like these combos. Few skills. What do we got? Yeah, we're gonna... Striking target 10 times without taking damage grants adrenaline and causing your attacks to deal bonus damage. Disrupt enemies. That's pretty good, actually. Alrighty.
There's definitely something in here. Something wrong.
You're the
Something
lead on this.
wrong.
Just tell us when we're close.
Yeah, Davern, you're the only warden. We have no fucking clue where anything is. If Rook was a warden...
We'll need to cut off the tendrils to break through.
Kill a bunch of dark spawn. Got it.
A tendril. Is it...
Up on the ledge. We can get at the tendrils from there.
Yeah, I'm going, Dave. Damn it, I called him Dave. Damn it, Mech Mage. YouTuber I actually follow strictly for like BioWare games and stuff. Because I don't really like any of her other content, but I'm still subscribed to her because that's one thing that kind of bothers me as both a person who watches content and content creator. It's like, if you watch all of a certain type of content from somebody, you should subscribe to them, even if it's not all their content. And it's like, oh, I only watch Cole when he plays BioWare games. It's like, you should still subscribe to me for whenever I do, because you enjoy my content enough to watch hundreds of hours of my gameplay. Because yeah, if you watch me play all of the Dragon Age games, you watched hundreds of hours of content. And I appreciate that. But also, it is wild how some people refuse to subscribe unless they watch. Like, I've seen people say, if I don't watch every video by a person, like, all the time, I won't subscribe. And I'm like, that's fucking stupid, if I'm being real. Now, if you only watch, like, a video from them every now and then, that's one thing. But, like, if you consistently watch their content, even if it's not, like, every video they upload, you should fucking subscribe. Like, I know a lot of you watching don't watch my First Berserker videos. And the people who watch me play First Berserker and Dark Souls don't watch the Dragon Age content. But still, they should subscribe because then they'll get more content of that thing. And I actually go off that. I go off views and subscribers. If I am getting more subscribers for a specific type of game, I will play that game more. That's why I started playing more BioWare games, is because Dragon Age Origins was doing really well. Well, that, and I knew I was going to play every Dragon Age game on the channel. But I didn't know if I was going to play Mass Effect at the time. Because I was like, I don't know if that'll do well. And it's done okay. It's done nowhere near the numbers Dragon Age or the first Berserker have done. Or Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate 3 is probably my best performing series outside Dragon Age the Veilguard. Which I thought it would do better because, you know, new game. But it's a new, it's not a, it is a story-driven game, but it is not marketed as such. Honestly, First Berserker Kazan has a better story than some story-driven RPGs I played recently. And I'm not just blowing smoke up your ass when I say that. I'm being for real. First Berserker Kazan has a legitimately good story. Not great. Is it anywhere like even halfway as good as Veilguard's? Fuck no. But is it better than a lot of other games I've played? Oh yeah. Okay, I'm going to have you do that. Then you... Woohoo! Then you do that. They almost one-shot. Come on. I'm critting all over the place.
Take him out.
And then come on. Oh, I'm out of arrows? I am out of fucking arrows.
Got him
Ready for you.
Fuck yeah, dead. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents that, like, if you watch someone's content semi-regularly, you should subscribe. Even if it's like... Now, if they've made clear, like, if I went into First Berserker Kazan being like, I am not playing any other Souls-likes ever, then I would get why the people who are watching that game specifically wouldn't subscribe. But I didn't say that because that's definitely not the case. I'm definitely going to play more Souls-likes on the channel. Burn it all. Do it.
All right. Time to destroy this thing.
Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. I like burning things. It's kind of fun. Okay, we're going to go back to Antoine and Ifka. I'm trying to remember where the big dragon fight was, because I want to go to that map real quick. Like that area. And I think that was over here, right? Because there's things I need to get from that area. Because there's a trophy I didn't pick up on my first playthrough, and I have not picked it up on this account, because I've been doing all my subsequent playthroughs on my second profile. So I actually have the platinum on my other profile, but not my main profile, which I think is hilarious. Davern, do the thing.
Nope.
Oh, is there another one I need to get? Oh, dang it. Yeah, there is. Hassan! Your dads need you. The good boy, Hassan. Your daddies needed help, and you helped. Thank you. Thank you, sweet pea. Okay. So I need to face... I need you facing that way, I think. Yeah. You facing this way, I believe? Yeah. This is one of the easier of these puzzles. I do appreciate the effort they put into the puzzles, though. Oh, it's nowhere near as good. What the fuck? Let's go talk to Antoine and Ifka. Oh no! Oh. Hey, buddies. Aw, pretty flowers. I need to play another Grey Warden Warrior.
They aren't blighted. Were they dormant?
Maybe. They're beautiful. Much like you.
Oh ho ho.
Ah, Rook. Hi.
I'm interrupting your flirting.
I knew when you hit that eruption. The blight around Lavendel reacted. And there was a sound in it. Like nothing we've heard before.
What happened in there? What was it like?
Not a typical crow target. No, it was not.
Well, I took care of the target, but that was not a typical contract.
A story for your crow friends.
Yeah.
One way to put it.
Not sure how Viago will react to this one.
When the eruption was destroyed,
that is certainly one way to look at it.
Tendrils pulled back. The remaining blight won't vanish overnight, but it's a good sign. And this place opened up.
The flowers here, they managed to survive. Buried, untouched. They have a chance to return now.
You were sharing a moment.
Look at you. Out here with the flowers and a moment alone. That I walked into the middle of.
You're fine.
Yes, please. Enjoy the flowers.
We thought the Grey Warden's purpose would end when the last archdemons died.
And that time's almost here. It's unbelievable.
The Order
Almost.
is those of us left now.
Almost.
When the archdemons fall, some wardens will hang up their swords. Until they're calling, at least.
So the wardens are finished?
No, our numbers may get smaller, but FK and I will be here. Others will...
It's so interesting, like, the future of the Grey Warden's being called into question.
There's something new calling to it. And to us.
There's blight inside us, too. If it changed out there, have we changed as well?
What matters is that if new evils show up, we'll be here to keep them back.
Are you doing
It's interesting seeing this conversation from not a Grey Warden perspective, because
I've got everything I need right here.
as a Grey Warden, this scene hits a lot more. Aw, you guys are in love.
You really think something
My wife's favorite lesbian couple.
It's possible. Or maybe we're the same. But does that mean we'll be the same? You can't sense the blight. But trust us, it feels different. And the sound is changing too.
As for what it means, it's like Antoine said. We don't know yet.
I would be a mess. Yeah, I would.
You're dealing with a lot of questions. Really big questions. I'd be a mess.
Chasing gods, living in the Fade, that doesn't raise big questions?
Fair.
It does. And my point stands.
The blight feels relentless most of the time. We see what it does up close.
The world dying, how it spreads. But we keep going.
Cool.
And look, these flowers can make it back.
They are beautiful.
They really can. And they're beautiful.
I think so.
Lavendel was named for flowers. They must have been everywhere before. When we get back.
We can stay here a bit longer.
Yeah, you two have your moment.
Oh,
We'll
yes.
leave.
I thought I heard birds earlier. Maybe we can find them?
Yeah, you two have your moment. We'll get out of your hair. I remember for my Let's Roleplay on the channel, this episode got like no views, and I was kind of sad because I really liked this episode of that Let's Roleplay. I'm also the worst about watching my own videos. I feel so fucking weird watching my own videos.
Yeah.
Because I always see myself and I'm like, oh, I could have done something different there. Oh, I could have done this. I don't like watching my own videos. I know I should, but I just fucking don't. Yeah, we're going to test on that real quick. Ooh, how many viewers going on? How many y'all here? 7 y'all? Well, I appreciate all 7 of yous. There's something up there we can get to. Oh yeah, I can actually get up to this area now. Fucking blight. Oh, I gotta do the harding thing. Ooh, Devin could have died there. That's definitely glitched. Huzzah. If I had rolled off the edge there, I would have been kind of mad. All that for a fucking helmet? Now, the helmets in this game look pretty fucking bad, if I'm being honest. But what's down here? That's a spirit.
Step carefully. Spare time.
Come on.
Okay, there's a lot of things here. Ultimate. Get it. Despair undie. Just being you, bitch. Ooh. No, I killed you. Was that it? I was told there was something I needed to find here, because there's a if I remember right, there's a trophy you can get for coming here and getting rid of despair. Getting rid of despair. That would have been funnier if I was actually holding a pear, but you know, Final Fantasy VII memes. Is it still fucking here? Huh. Okay, what am I supposed to do here? I don't remember what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, I can't actually see. Stop doing that. Huh. Getting rid of this pear. Holds up a shoe. Spare Undying. To unlock this, you want to replace the Spare Undying and Spare Undying. He's supposed to be as unique because it cannot be defeated in combat alone. Rather than fighting what respond to restore peace of time piercing. Okay, I killed it. I'm looking at them. We'll be put in the same spot once we're pleased here. No matter how many times this button's slain, rather than being brought, must find a better way to just. Going to present 3 azure flowers to a demon spirit form. 3 azure flowers. Huh. Okay. We're going to try to find this. Old Crossroads. Just southeast of the Gate of Parched Hopes. I don't remember which one that was. So I'll figure this out off screen. Because it seems like a lot of random shit must be done. Okay, actually, we are gonna fast travel back to the lighthouse. See if anyone wants to have any conversations with us before we end the stream. Oh, Nev and Lucanus, and then Harding. I should have read that. I like Flynn. I don't read shit on camera though. It's weird. I'm weird like that. I always like to do that kind of stuff on my own because I know a lot of. I'm like the opposite of Mapocalypse in that regard. Mapocalypse will read every codex entry he gets as soon as he gets it on screen, and I'm like, no. I feel like I would bore my audience with that. And the funny thing is, I love when Mapocalypse stops and like reads the codex entries. But to me, I feel like you guys would get bored, and I'm like, I don't want to bore my audience.
I'm meeting Stalgard at Isana Nagat on the mountain.
Why do you have wooden shoes? That bothers me.
No, nothing of this.
Okay, we're skipping the dialogue here. I don't like Harding's wooden shoes. I don't like her clogs. I don't like Harding's clogs. That doesn't seem like something people of Ferelden would do. They talk all the time in Origins about their boots. Are we getting... They're locking in the romance?
I made a fresh pot and... that's Rook's Walk.
Yep, just me. You brought...
He can tell what my gate is.
I brought an excuse.
To hang out
I
with
thought I should
Ned.
talk to her. Well, not just bite, but I'm only good with knives.
You made pie?
Gooseberry. You made it twice.
It was nothing.
It was for Nev.
Nothing. He blushed when I asked about the pie. It was cute.
I was not. You're not making me look good.
I wouldn't say that.
Aww.
You have the coffee, and you probably have a case or something, so...
I don't need pie, but you remembered my favorite. You find me at midnight just to talk. Maybe I like that.
Yay!
Maybe I like...
Really?
Right. I think you've got this.
Yay! I love them.
Life easy. I don't make anything easy.
But you do make it better.
I like them together better.
Well, don't use your charm all at once.
I like the two of them together
I hope.
better than I like either of them with Rook. I ship them so fucking hard. I also kind of like Harding and Tosh, but not as much as I like Tosh with Rook. I've yet to make up my mind because I haven't actually done the Harding and Rook romance. I probably should. But anyways, that's a topic for another day because we are going to save over the Zevran's Bastard save file. Thank you all so much for watching. This is going to be the end of the stream. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, please leave a like down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to contribute more than being a subscriber, you can become a member, which helps me out a lot and helps the channel grow. And you get access to my regular uploaded videos, sometimes up to 2 weeks in advance. As far as the next stream, we will go back to our regular streaming schedule next week, which is actually changing to every Thursday and every Friday. We're going to do 2 stream days in a row, just to kind of get them out for me. And also Fridays seem to be the days people like streaming more than Sundays. I tend to get more people watching, which I like. Next week's stream, Thursday will be Pokemon. Friday will either be Veilguard or First Berserker, maybe I haven't decided yet. I need to decide what game we're streaming next after we finish Veilguard, like streaming for the first time on the channel. But we'll figure that out. And if you don't want to wait till next Thursday to watch some of my content, and you haven't watched my full playthrough of all 4 Dragon Age games, I have a full playthrough of all 4 Dragon Age games in my channel in one playlist just called Dragon Age Full Series Playthrough. Obviously the first 3 games are not blind, but Veilguard is. So anyways guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week for the next stream.